everybody. Welcome to The Rock Oath. You are now watching Episode 3, and thank you for joining us. Today, we have a single headliner. The last two episodes, in the first two episodes, we've done two headliners at the show. Today, we have one, and it's none other than the only Nightmare.
Yo, what's happening, family?
Drummer of Dirty Machine. How you doing, Nightmare?
Man, I'm doing fantastic.
Dude.
It's been a good morning so far.
Good, man. I know it's a long drive in from L.A.,
Yeah.
but thank you for coming, man.
No, thank you for having me, man. I'm excited.
Absolutely. We got the red lights on us for him. Nightmare's color's red.
Yeah, I'm feeling straight blood up in here right now.
We might have to change the colors here and there for fun. We might do a little different moods changes.
All right.
So we'll get there. But okay. And then at the legendary couch contributor position, we have the one and the only Paul Boulware.
How goes it? Thank you for having me.
You're welcome, man. Thanks for coming. Thank you for being the couch contributor. And you do know what that entails, right?
From what you told me, I'm going to crack a couple of jokes, keep the people laughing, and bring some heartfelt news.
Yeah. And he's gonna help us out. Like couch contributor will always bring us the jokes, the laughs. We kind of, we make shots at you. You just gotta take it. That's just what you do in that position.
Yeah, if you're going to spit on me, you might as well rub it in.
Nah, but no. Paul's here. Thank you for being the couch contributor. It's a position. Maybe I'll be in one day. Maybe I'll downgrade to that. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking, dude. But anyways, guys, episode 3 here. Before we get learning about our guests, I'm gonna crack some beers. Is that cool?
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah. So I know I'm gonna give one to Paul. Throw in here. And like I say in every episode, you gotta say Freebird if you want one.
Someone might want to walk that.
You gotta say no. Jay, you want me to pick this up for him?
Yes, that's a ticking time bomb.
I'm just messing with you. And then, would you like one, Dom? Okay, Dom's sound crew, light crew, visual crew. He's having some beers with us too, but as long as he's doing his job right. So, anyways, I'm yapping here. Let's learn about our headliner, Nightmare. Will you tell us about yourself, man? Just tell us what's up and a little bit for the viewers about yourself.
Yeah, man. I've been drumming for Dirty Machine for going on 6 years now. Originally from Michigan.
Michigan, Midwest.
Yes, sir. Started off in punk rock back in for me, that was 99.
In 99, you started off in punk rock.
Yeah, man. I was into everything from Little Brown Bike to the Casualties to the more mainstream ones like NoFX, 18 Wheels, all them cats, and then I got into ska. I got into Less Than Jake, got into a lot of that stuff, and then all of a sudden I just got angrier
and started getting into metal.
Got into metal like pretty easily. Korn kind of helped make that transition for me.
Right on, and with playing drums for Dirty Machine, that's right up the alley. Korn, like dude, that's your genre.
Yeah, that's all I wanted, and I'm not even gonna lie, like Korn was my favorite band from probably 97 on through. Damn. But I hit the punk phase because that just happened to be a little more at the forefront, you know, what was happening, especially in the Midwest. So that grunge era, like that pop punk kind of was kind of taking over, but I could not hide from the fact that I just wanted to get, grungier. I wanted to get sludgier. I wanted to just give even fewer, about what's going on around me. So
get that aggression out.
Yeah, man. And then that led to a lot of positive stuff. So, I'm gonna run that wave until the very end.
All right, man. Right on. And we're going to talk more about you drumming for Dirty Machine, as that is part of the set list today, so I will bring that up.
Right on.
And then anything else? That's the main thing you want to let us know? Any other little cool things about you?
I'm a huge hockey fan.
Fan?
Yes, sir. I played hockey since I was 9 years old. I've played all over the place. I still coach now. I've officiated. So, I mean, if you want to get my attention, man, let's talk some hockey.
Oh, really, dude? Hey, so up north in Minnesota, well, like I'm from Iowa, so I know Minnesota's big on hockey. Canada's big on hockey.
Yep.
So what's your favorite team?
Well, I have to keep it 100. I'm a huge Red Wings fan all the way.
Oh yeah,
you
of
know,
course.
and not just because that we had the 25-year stretch of making the playoffs, which everybody already knew.
You're like, I mean to bring that up all the time.
Let's just keep it 100. But at the same time, I lived in a hockey state.
Yep.
That they were the guys that kind of represented that. We had 5 other pro teams in the state. That weren't NHL, but they were IHL and AHL, so you had motivation all over the place.
Yeah.
So, but I came to respect the Kings though when I came over
Yeah.
here. I got a lot of love for them.
Really?
They kind of more reminiscent of like the grinder type style of hockey, and that's what I'm all about.
All right on.
So,
I'm a Ducks fan, so hope that's okay. I don't know if
okay,
you're gonna.
well, we might have to cut this one short today.
Ah!
I don't know.
Well, he's like, I think I gotta get going, guys. So.
I might drop the gloves in here. I don't know.
All right. Well, Nightmare, the drummer from Dirty Machine, also a hockey fan. We're gonna talk more about Dirty Machine and everything later. And then we're gonna get to learn Paul over here, couch contributor man. Paul, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I like to draw, practice martial arts. Big nerd. I'm not sure if they can see the Dragon Ball Z gear I'm wearing, but animes, video games, and definitely a rocker before a hip hopper. I love rap and hip hop, but it just doesn't get the message across better than rock does for me. So
That's your style.
pretty much the gist of it for me.
Right on. Paul, what do you if you mind saying like what you do, like as far as like you just working right now, just
Currently I work at UPS in bulk section. I lift stuff all day, so
All right.
I have a gym membership for some reason. Haven't been to the gym in weeks because my job wears me out, breaks me down hard.
So Paul's he likes to move weight around, that's for sure. So all right, and by the way, Paul, me and him, we met at a bar at Doc's Bar in Rialto. You and Melissa, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys were chilling. I met you guys. I was just checking the bar out, and you're like, cool dude. We started talking about music and bands and stuff, and then here you are, couch contributor.
Oh yeah, friends ever since.
Yeah, love it.
Yo, man, I worked at FedEx for about 6 years back in Michigan. So I got that.
We got competition now, dude.
Rivalry
Dude, these are getting a little dicey now. We got Ducks fans, different hockey fans, different jobs, man. But no, this is going to be a great episode. So now we know about Nightmare. We know about Paul. Let's go ahead and let's get into the set list. I'll tell you what's going to be on the set list today, and then we'll go ahead and start the first subject. So on the set list today, we're going to talk about Dirty Machine. First thing, we're going to really dive into that. Yeah. You can tell us what you've been doing, you know, and what, and we'll talk about the past. Mm-hmm. Second on the set list, we're gonna talk about music videos and the importance for local bands. Why it's a really good idea to make music videos opposed to just the music. That's gonna be the second on the set list. I know we both use the same guy. Yeah. We'll talk about that. Yeah. And then third on the set list, we're gonna be talking about the evil Russian hacker group called Dark Side. This is a real thing. This isn't a made-up villain. This is a real thing called Dark Side hacker group. You've heard about them? Or?
I have not.
All right, so I'll bring the subject up. Yeah. It's all related to the gas shortage on the East Coast in Texas. I don't know if you heard about that. Yeah. People like filling up bags and stuff with gasoline. We'll talk about that. And then on fourth on the set list, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat. Yes. We're going to be talking about the games, the movies, both movies are. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 movies. No, there's 3. Annihilation. Yeah. Dude,
technically 4 movies.
I've tried to give Annihilation a chance like 3 times, and okay. Anyways, and then fifth on the set list, the last thing subject we're gonna talk about, especially for you and me, worst gigs that you've played and just stories, horror stories of gigs.
Got plenty.
Okay, me too. So that'll be good. I keep burping too. Okay, so with that said, let's get on to the first subject. We're gonna start talking about Dirty Machine. I will say I'll speak on that real fast. I met Dirty Machine. Was it from Alyssa? Alyssa is Jay, our drummer's here too with his girlfriend. Did I meet them from you and Kat? Okay, yeah. So Dirty Machine was, I saw them playing at a festival, I believe. It might have been up in the high desert. It might have been one of those fests up there. Yeah. And I was like, dude, this band is laying it down. You guys were doing your songs, and they got a turntable if you guys, anyone watching, check out Dirty Machine. Check out their social media and their music videos and everything on YouTube. It's like a new metal, but I think it's like a modern new metal. You know, kind of bringing that back.
Yeah.
And they turntables, rock guitars, heavy drums, rapping, and then rock, just scream, everything. So I was really impressed by you guys. I'm like, dude, and I knew that. Dave moved, the singer, Dave moved from Missouri, and then I met you. You said you moved from Michigan. So you guys came out here kind of for the dream as well.
100%.
Yeah, so, but anyways, I do love the energy of the band, and the songs are good. The music videos are good. A lot of character in the band. But anyways, tell us a little bit about Dirty Machine. So I didn't mean to take that there. I just want to tell you my experience with you guys and stuff. And so what would you want to tell everybody about Dirty Machine and going off of that first?
Well, first off, man, I'm grateful for the positive words, man. Seriously, because
Absolutely,
Dirty Machine has always had this. We've had this road of people we kind of bring a lot of people to nostalgia because they remember when nu metal was really, really at its peak in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Yep.
And then it just kind of dropped off. So then, Dirty Machine has been around since I want to say 2013. And I jumped in late. But, I always wanted to be in a group like that. Any band before never really came close, you know? And when I heard about Dirty Machine, I was like, dude, we got this nu metal thing, and then we got this turntables that came
You're like,
up.
oh, man.
I'm like, oh, yeah,
what?
That's it.
It was meant to be.
It was so meant to be. So, but yeah, we're kind of that band that does all the things you're kind of not supposed to do. We just kind of get away with it.
What's your guys' little slogan that you like to say?
Oh,
are you still go by that?
What, the most hated band in LA?
Their slogan is the most hated band in LA, and you know what? That's cool though because that you want to kind of piss people off. You want to have that edge. So I love that.
Yeah, you gotta have that. You gotta fight with that piss and vinegar in you, and we kind of have that.
Yeah.
And we kind of break some of the rules, and then we create some new avenues. We toured with ICP. Insane Clown Posse.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That was like what, 4 years ago?
3 years, yeah, right around there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we did 14 shows with them, and then they brought us to the Gathering of the Juggalos in Ohio as a thank you. And
really?
Then we played with them again in March, right at the beginning of the pandemic at Pershing Square downtown LA. They released their Juggalo beer.
Whoa. And you guys were there?
We were there.
Dude.
It was great.
And the pandemic hit.
Yeah, and the pandemic hit, and that was.
Dang.
But yeah, DM, we're just that band that kind of lingers. We're just there in almost everything, but it's like, wow. So there's this nu metal group that's doing nu metal, but not quite the way that you would anticipate it.
Bringing it back around. Because everything kind of comes back around,
Yeah.
in the music world. So
Exactly.
you guys are kind of doing the new metal thing again. But that's good, though, because the thing is, it's been gone for a while, right? I mean,
Yeah.
does any other bands really do that with turntables anymore? Other than the bands that have already were famous, then that still tour. Any new bands?
There's some that are lurking low key, but it's real regional.
Yeah.
Like if you go back to the East Coast, there's a couple of nu metal bands there, and then there's another band in Arizona, but it ain't really had that pop of, oh, we're dying for this to come back, that it did when it first came out. So now we're kind of starting to make that uphill, climb and getting all this kind of attention.
The first thing I think maybe before I saw you guys live, the first thing I saw was Discord.
Yeah.
And I really I love that song. So, and the video was great. And I was like, dude, these guys are actually and we were just coming up too. We were just getting here. We just moved here from Iowa, and you guys were one of the first bands that were like, okay, well, they're local, not necessarily local, but not anymore. But they are. We can see that they're going so that not that we were like, oh, we got to jump on their coattail, but that'd be cool to get hooked up with those guys, Because
I love you guys, man. 22 Souls is dope, man.
Oh, dude, thank you, man.
I mean, Jay, it's been the dopest experience. I'm like, these cats know what's up. And
Dude,
the vocals are just
unreal.
Oh, man,
dude, thank you, man.
I think we played with you guys twice.
Yeah, not many times. Yeah.
And Dave and I remember him saying okay, whenever we get a chance to get with 22, if they got something going on, get on that shit.
Oh, dude, thank you. Well, same with you guys. That's why, actually, I hope to play a show with you guys soon. I don't know if when you guys are gonna be. Oh yeah, are you coming back soon? Or are you guys gonna start?
Well, we've been getting offers, but we're in this position to where everyone's really, really pumped to get back to playing live and everything, be able to
Yeah.
go see shows. But at the same time, no one knows if it's really safe yet. So
yeah, I understand.
we
We're kind of we're kind of breaking that rule a little bit here and there. So
well, it's okay because you got to have a little of that tenacity still to be like, look, if there's a stage to be played on, we're going to get on that. But at
Yeah.
the same time,
I understand.
I know me personally, I don't really want to be responsible or held responsible for another, outbreak, so to speak.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
Absolutely.
because they're going to look to blame anybody. Is that a little bit on the hey, come on, why y'all backing off side?
No,
But at the same
I
time,
don't.
we don't want to freak people out.
No, I don't.
So I don't know. We're just kind of waiting for a little more of the smoke
and that's
to clear.
totally understandable. Like I said, I respect that 100%. I just hope that people don't look too down on us because we're like, oh, we're playing at the Eagles Ballroom in Fort Dodge, Iowa on July 10th, and there's no capacity. I mean, there's no like. So I get it. I just as long as people aren't like, I hope they're not bashing us too much for still playing, going out there breaking the rules, but. Man, but we went over a whole year without playing, Yeah. There was no gigs other than the online shows and stuff. But no, I totally get it. Do you guys have an idea of when you might start getting back out there and playing? Or?
So right now we have one performance that's booked. That's in September though, and that's
a ways away.
Yeah, that's a ways out. That's Florida for Rebel Rock.
That's
Festival.
right.
Right.
Tell everybody about that.
So there's this massive festival that's going on in Orlando, 3 days. It's called Rebel Rock, and it was supposed to happen last September, but it got pushed back, obviously, for the pandemic. So one of the headliners is Limp Bizkit. They're on that.
That's the big one. Playing with Limp Bizkit. How about that? How about that?
Pantera's supposed to be there. MGK is going to be there.
Really?
Yeah. So, but at the same time, it's been really tough because all these other acts that are going to be there, their tour schedules have gotten pushed around, and there's a lot of changes, and we don't even exactly know how certain all these performers are that are going to be there. So we're all just kind of taking it week to week.
Yeah.
So, that's kind of, we're using that as a gauge for where everything is at. So as September comes up, we'll find out what opens more, who's shutting it down.
Dude,
so
that's sick. And is this the first time, other than Dave getting on stage with Fred Durst, is this the first time you guys have opened for Limp Bizkit? Will it be the first time?
It'll be our first time.
Dude,
and that's a relationship.
dream come true.
That's a relationship that's been cultivated for years. We actually are in a good standing with LB. We get a chance to communicate with Fred here and there. Like,
that's crazy.
He sees us on socials, So, we're all trying to just do it right.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
Now, does that have anything to do with Dave, his endless pursuit of Fred Durst?
I'll tell you this. Dave is this collective example of so many influences. I mean, it doesn't stop at Fred. I mean, he's got...
Oh, I know that. Yeah.
It kind of built up to that.
Yeah. And I don't think that's his only one, but I know that that's one of his heroes.
Yeah,
and I don't blame him for being like, this is the dude, man. Yeah. Absolutely.
Top 3, no doubt.
Yeah.
For sure. So.
It's awesome, man. So, and that's that. You guys keep moving forward and climb that thing. And if you're opening for Limp Bizkit, apparently... And definitely doing something right. You're definitely moving up there, and much respect on that.
Many thanks, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Any new songs or music videos or anything you're planning?
We actually have a handful of new songs that we've been writing and recording, and yes, there are plans of doing videos. We're keeping that on the super DL though.
Oh yeah.
But the machine is definitely functioning.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I just walked into that.
What's that?
That was the lamest pun.
No. Was it the machine's functioning?
Yeah, I didn't even.
I thought you meant that, dude.
Yeah.
That was cool. I was like, hey, the machine is not broken down. Let's put it that way.
All right.
Dude.
Put it on a T-shirt. I'll wear it.
Put it on the T-shirt. Yeah. Paul. Hey, bro. You're not. Hey.
Paul.
Throw some more in here, man. We want to hear you a little bit. Say something.
Oh, no, I got excited when he said Limp Bizkit because all I like to think about is you guys are going to be like the next Stain doing a full album with him. It's
dude.
Hopefully one day.
While we're talking about, you guys dropped MGK. Who else is impressed with his jump from hip-hop to a completely different genre he never messed with, and it sounds fluid?
To be honest with you, I'm guilty. I haven't listened to much of his pop punk stuff.
Oh, you gotta check it
I
out.
need to, okay.
He sounds good. Like a lot. Personally, I think he sounds a lot better at home doing what he is now than where he was
Really?
before.
Yeah.
Well, I knew a lot of his hip hop stuff. I didn't know. See, I know once he did that, I just didn't hear much of it yet. But I know it's been a while he's been doing that. But I need to get into that.
Yeah, it kind of felt to me like the hip hop stuff was more experimental. Now that
Really?
you hear both sides, because he actually has a more natural. Well, you got to take his look. I mean, he always looked like he was kind of on that punk side.
Yeah.
That
Definitely.
anarchy kind of side.
Yep.
But he happened to be able to spit bars like nobody's business. So it's like there's got to be more going on with this cat. So he made that jump, and it's like, wow, they did that. That was seamless.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's kind of what it seems like Kid Rock did. It seems like Post Malone's doing.
Yeah.
It seems like
Everybody's doing it.
they start with the rap, and then all of a sudden they start going off to like everything else. Which I'm not knocking. I'm just saying it's. I don't know if they start that rap to get in, and then they just naturally are in it, and then they just start going off in the country and rock, or they just open their palette, or I don't.
Hip hop has one of the biggest fan base pools you'll ever see.
Yeah,
next to country.
It's the biggest. Yeah,
they are the two most. And now K-pop is like up in there.
Yeah,
too.
dude,
K-pop. But hip hop has always led the charge for the most universally engaged fan base. Like everybody's got some kind of rapper or lyricist that they can get down with, whether it be someone that's now or someone that's from the past or someone that's like underground. Hip hop is always at the center of that because there's like some kind of a feeling that people get.
Yeah.
There's this angst, but yet there's raw and realness to that being a hip hop fan. So everybody has that touch.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? And me too. I didn't even speak on it. My dad brought me up on NWA. He brought me up on Big Daddy Kane, and he brought me up on all kinds of shit that, that has been the foundation.
Yeah.
For me as a rhythmic musician.
Oh,
as
absolutely.
A drummer. I'm sure it's the same for Jay, so, that makes sense that you see rappers that go in on that, but then they're like, okay, I kind of want to hammer out with the rock because rappers usually love rockers because they share this mentality.
Absolutely. There's definitely a feeling of not always anger, but there's definitely whatever's inside gets really projected in rap, in hip hop and rock. Like 100%. It just you can express yourself the most in those genres, in my opinion. Sorry, go ahead, Paul.
I mean, when you really look at it, before like hip hop and rap was a thing, you had like the old blues and rock and roll, and that was of ethnicity based. It was a lot of black people, and they used it a lot to get a lot of their emotions and how they feel out, and that kind of rolled into what rock and roll is today. So a lot of rappers, whether they're black, white, Hispanic, if they know their history, they tend to roll back and forth in between the two. Even like a newer day, look at Korn Twisted Transistor. A lot of people would listen to the song and not even know it, but you watch the music video, you got Exhibit, Little John, all these other big names in hip hop that are like joined into it, and they listen to a lot of it. They have a lot of respect for the other genre, and it needs to happen a lot more nowadays because I know way too many people that will just try to like slander rock, saying it's bad music, it's devil music, it puts out a good vibe, but they're not listening to the words that are being spoken. Towards when you look at new day hip hop, where they only talk about like the general drug trade, I got cars, they're just bragging. It's not really motivational at all.
Well, a lot of it can, especially the top 40, I guess you could say, a lot like, it gets into that. But I think there's still rap and even the roots of rap that were really into like serious stuff, like not even talking about even all the excess, really talking about serious issues, and it still is today.
Well,
it's
like
just
Logic.
Definitely, that's a perfect one.
And the same thing though goes for rock though. I mean, think about the '80s; they're talking about just sex and drugs and rock and roll. So like you can't. No, I know what you mean. Yeah. So but regardless of the content, the style and the beats and the what you can express with that sound is the ultimate, I think, for rap and rock, and then rap rock and new metal.
100%.
So that, and I was gonna say, not to jump around, but going back to the new metal, can you be new metal? I had to ask this. Can you be new metal without a turntable? Or DJ, or a DJ even.
Okay, so when people hit me with the question of what style of music we are, and then we say new metal, oh yeah, because you guys have a turntablist, you have a rapper.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But don't forget that new metal doesn't require it doesn't require anything other than an attitude. Like
Yeah, okay.
just
Yeah.
like punk rock. You can
Yeah.
have punk rock with 3 guys. You can have punk rock with a horn. You can have punk rock with 5
Acoustic
guys.
guitar, one guy.
Acoustic.
Yeah.
You can do it. It's about feeling. And I feel like I got to tell people that new metal came from a culture of people, like and a feeling and a thought. And it was very blue collar. It was very harsh, like heavily influenced in the Midwest and
Yeah.
the South, and
Yeah.
then it really commercialized from the West Coast because a lot of the guys that had that same kind of feeling as the blue collar states, like Lincoln Park, they're from Calabasas,
Yeah.
they'll say what you want to say about Calabasas, but those guys understood the feeling and the vibe. Corn, those guys are from Bakersfield and Torrance. They understood the feel, they understood the lifestyle, and they're expressing the culture that's new metal. So
Yeah.
we're not defined by DJ Ikusa. We're not defined by, David. We're not defined by the masks, but it's the feeling and the culture that we come from.
Yeah.
That's what makes it new metal.
No, absolutely. That's a great answer too. Now getting back to the mask, can we talk about what the mask is? What's it represent for you? And just for the viewers and
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah, so the mask represents quite a bit, and as time goes by, there's just way more that's behind it. So, well, I'll get the funny stuff out the way first. So, drummers make weird faces when we play. We make the funniest.
Especially when they get a photo of you. And
Yeah, they catch you like mid swing, and you're feeling yourself, but then somebody, oh damn.
And that's their social media post, and you're
That's
like,
it.
thanks for making me look so good. I love it. And you don't heart emoji. I mean, you don't heart react. You just like it.
It's like, damn. But for me particularly, when I drum, I have this facial expression as a pre-sneeze face. Like when you're about to sneeze, that's me for an entire song. So that's one reason why I have it. It's pretty
That's all good.
insecure
That's a good reason. Yeah.
Number 2, this mask was designed and created by the OG founder of Dirty Machine, Mickey Graves, and he was the original bass player. I wouldn't be in this band if it wasn't for him. The whole band owes a lot to this man. He has been nothing but a strong supporter. He's older than the rest of us, and he's been in the game, like in the punk days, the grunge days, the hair metal days. He knows what's up, and he has our back on everything. So this is a constant tribute and homage to Mickey and his family. And the other part is, yeah, man, I got a lot of shit that I harbor. I got a lot of issues that I keep
built in,
internalize, and so
it's kind of your the way that we put that on. It's like another
projection.
Yeah,
this is kind of like this is that ugly, beautiful, happy, depressed, sad, all that shit, like
all in the one.
Just it's like right here because I'm not gonna hide it.
No, dude, that's cool, and I'm glad you're wearing the mask so people, because I'm sure the viewers when they first come on, if they don't know Dirty Machine or you, they're like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
and then they say, and then you can get your point across. But it's a whole. It's like, now would it be almost like an alter ego, or no? Would you say that do you feel something else when you put it on?
When I play, yeah.
Yeah, when you play, just like this beast.
Yeah, dude. No holds barred. There's just the gloves are off.
Hence the name. Hence the name. Nightmare.
Yeah.
Homeboy has a comic book origin story.
And just for people that have been to shows, that have seen, what DMs like after shows, usually we like to talk to people and everything, but usually I dip out. I disappear for a minute because, like, I'm still in that mode, and I think it's like that for a lot of performers. Like, man, you got to get into a whole different part of your brain, and it's hard to just switch that up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And then be like, oh, hey, guys, that was just a moment I had.
Yeah, dude, with all the adrenaline, sweat, and stuff, and then people come up to you, and you're still winding down, or maybe something in the show wasn't to plan. And dude, by the way, I'm that way. Like, if something goes wrong on stage, I need to work on this. I get it. It bothers me. I'm like, oh, it could have been better, and I just let it.
Same.
I need to just drop it. Like, I gotta be better at that. But sorry. But what I'm saying, like, when you're on stage, you pick up so much, and then when you get off, it's hard to just
leave it.
Just drop everything. Yeah, absolutely, man. But yeah. So thank you for explaining the mask and everything. I like it. And I was asking earlier before if there's other masks that you will be probably wearing in the future. Maybe, maybe not. But you feel that's your main.
Yeah, we've messed around with some concepts, and just like in many things in life, nothing beats the OG, and so, but I'm open to, ideas. I've talked to other artists who create masks. Mark Hunter, he's a guy that is amazing at this. He's made Mortal Kombat replicas. He's creating like video game, concept masks. And I've gone to this guy probably 3 times. I'm like, yeah, can you whip something up for me, bro? And he'll do it. And I'm like, okay, that ain't it.
Yeah. You'll know when you get it. When you say, you're like, okay, that's my other mask. So
yes.
So I hope you do get more masks that mean something too. Maybe
Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, absolutely. I mean, by the way, not that one you can keep going forever. I just was thinking it'd be cool if you like had other ones too. Just like switch it out and maybe not per song. Yeah, the song's a more softer song. I don't know.
Well, and you're from Iowa, so like the Slipknot.
Oh yeah, dude, yeah, legends there.
Yeah,
legends.
And I get compared to that a lot. Me and Ikusa get hit with the. Oh, you guys. It's like, well, like if y'all pay attention, which everyone does, they evolve. Their look evolves. And it's right for each of the 9 members of that band.
Yeah.
They have their own evolution that makes sense and is very personal. So that's the kind of thing that we do want to take from it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Dude, I love it. Yeah, Slipknots are absolute legends in Iowa. So when we go back there, everyone in the music scene knows Slipknot. I mean, obviously, dude, I've met Clown, but but I haven't met the other ones.
Yeah.
But we played at a place they used to play at, when they started off in the 90s, we played there in Des Moines and stuff. So
awesome.
Oh yeah, dude. So but the whole mask thing definitely is a whole nother element. And you know what? It actually is on stage. It's definitely an attraction. Like it makes people go like, "Oh, what's going on?"
Oh.
Absolutely.
And DJ Ikusa has actually connected with some of Sid Wilson's people.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they've somehow notice each other. Well, okay, not somehow. We all out and about. But they like their people reach out to him. Like, hey, Sid does this and this and this. What do you guys think about this? And Ikusa pays attention to a lot of DJ expos and all that stuff, and they just kind of migrated towards each other and crossed paths. So we'll see what happens with that.
Dude, hey, you never know. Every day is a new. Anything can happen.
Yeah, man.
And so yeah, Nightmare. Thanks for explaining the mask. Thanks for what we were talking. We do got to move on the set list, but for Dirty Machine, we'll do some plugins at the end if you want to plug anything in.
Yeah, sure.
But Dirty Machine, everybody check them out. They got music videos, and there's gonna be new stuff coming up. And also we were talking about Dakuza, which is their DJ. Would you call? Oh, was that his position, or what would you say? Turntablist.
Yeah.
And then David, who we were talking about, his name's David Leach. He's the lead singer. Actually, Kevin, the guitarist, was gonna come today. He couldn't make it, by the way, but that's okay. Because hey, we got Nightmare.
Life
so.
happens, yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I was not sweating it. So, okay, so Dirty Machine, Paul, you gotta check him out.
Oh, I'm definitely gonna. It's
no, seriously, you're gonna be like, oh, what?
With a name like Dirty Machine, it sounds insanely high octane, and that's what I'm all about.
LA's most hated band, bro.
Let's go.
I personally love that title.
Dude, and one thing I will say, other than the music and the energy, I love the passion of this band. I see it.
Thank you.
I see hunger, and I see character, and I see drive. And there's a lot of bands that are good musician stuff, but they don't have that drive, because the drive will outdo everything if you have it, and you guys do. So I admire that a lot, especially being a band in California trying to do it as well. So
thank you, man.
Absolutely. Okay, so second, we're gonna move on the set list.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. If you don't mind, we are gonna do something here though. We are going to kind of get to it. Here we go. We're gonna set the mood. Is that okay?
Let's change
the mood, man.
Yeah.
All right, we need music like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? As it goes blue.
Basically our own way to drop the bass.
Yeah. Oh, and then we change this one too. We're going to blue now. All right. Hey.
Well, from the red light district to the blue.
Yeah, all right.
Hey, what do you know about you know a lot about the red light district, huh, Paul?
I've been in Germany for 2 years, man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wait, were you in what were you doing there?
I was married to someone in the military.
Oh, okay. So I was about to say there had to be a military thing because anyone I know that's in Germany is like, oh, I'm stationed there or something. So
I was trying to get into the military. I was told they weren't looking for people of my caliber. It was a nice way of saying move on.
What? Yeah, flat feet. What's going on?
I'm very high octane. Everything about me is I like pushing myself, and apparently the recruiter saw that, and they're looking for more.
Well, you can't slap the recruiter around like you did. You probably pulling him inside. But go. I didn't know that you live in Germany, so now I know that you're a fan of the red light district. Okay, I see. Something I learn about people
More
every day.
or less.
No. By the way, I can give Paul shit. We've been buddies, and he's a couch contributor. So
no,
most
I
importantly,
love it, man. This is what drives me.
I love that title, couch contributor.
dude. I told Ryan Garcia, one of our techs, I said we have to coin and trademark that because no one's ever, I don't think, used couch contributor. Because they always say contributor to this news site. I'm like, well, we got a couch contributor because he sits on a couch.
Shit, man.
Normally, people don't have people sitting on the couch. So
And you're gonna,
I
yeah.
love it, man. May that last forever.
Actually, I'm gonna have people that are one day when this blows up, there'll be famous people going like, I'll be like, hey, you want to be on the show? Like, I just want to be couch contributor. That's the coolest spot.
That low key, that's a high title.
It is.
No, I love it.
Don't be confused or miss like just because we throw our crap at the couch contributor doesn't mean it's not a high spot. It is a high spot.
Honorable title.
I am literally Deadpool sitting over here.
Yeah, absolutely. You're the anti what's it called? Anti-hero or anti-conversationalist. Oh boy, yeah. So, by the way, I will say in podcasts you can. With every subject, you can go on for hours talking. So we have to move along. No. I'm the one. I'm the worst. I'm the one that keeps it going. Second on the set list today, we're going to talk about music videos in general. Made music videos we've done and what is the importance of it for not obviously all famous bands have music videos, but for local bands that maybe have not done the music video yet. Why is it important? I'll go ahead and just start off by saying, in today's world, especially with people having like ADD in a sense, like if it's just the music, sometimes you got to have the video and a good video too with it to capture their imagination and attention. We've learned that. Like we'll put songs out, people are like, oh yeah, check it out. Put a video out, they're like over twice as likely to go check it out because it's a music video. Me and Nightmare here, our bands both use Run Underwood. Are you guys still working with? What's that?
The Thunderwood.
Thunderwood, yeah, Ron, yeah, Thunderwood. Sorry, excuse me. I still call him Ron. I don't know if I'm not at that point.
Ron too.
Oh, okay. But Ron Underwood, he is a legend, dude. This guy he's gonna get bigger with his stuff. He's already getting more business. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So the guy that does our music videos in Dirty Machines videos. Now I will have to thank you guys because the only reason he does our videos because I saw Discord video and I go, that is what we want. And it was such a great video. And you guys were just in a room jamming. And it was so good. The lighting, the what he was doing with the cameras, and it wasn't that much stuff in the room. It was just you guys.
Yeah. Just a couple of lights, just a couple of lights and a couple of cameras. And said, look, just go hard. And we're like, okay.
Great. Was that your first video with him?
Yeah.
I bet you guys were blown away because that blew me away.
Yeah, like, I was watching our video for 2 weeks straight after you gave it to us.
I can't believe it.
I was like, man, this is the best video ever.
And then you're on another level right there. Yeah. Because, like, dude, Ron will bring, and I've told people, it's like, you got to try Ron Underwood out. And they don't sometimes. I'm like,
they're lost.
And then I see their video, I'm like, Ron. But no, Ron Underwood's a legend. And check out their music video called Discord. That's the one that I saw and made 22 Salute wanted to use Ron Underwood as our music video guy. Yeah. So, Nightmare, what would you say is the importance of a music video and why? And I already kind of said earlier, but do you think it's pretty important for the local bands to really get into that, or do you?
Oh, dude, 100%. And it was a great point you made. You know, like you got to get your face out there. You got to let people see you. And when you're in, it's not easily accessible to get in venues and just play a show now because the pay-to-play thing in certain areas, they make you pre-sell or they make you do this. They make you jump through hoops of fire just to get to play.
Especially in California.
It's like SoCal, man, it can be really hard. And so if you got a homie with a camera, if you got an opportunity to showcase yourself digitally, that is just a great, a second option other than playing live, So, and that makes people excited. That's your marketing tool right now. To come see you live. Like, dude, if they looked dope in a video, I got to see them live.
Absolutely, dude. what Ron, his music videos have done for us, it took us to the next level where people are like, oh, they might not take it seriously, but then they see the video and they go, oh shit, like, dude, this is like legit professional like quality, and and it helps you say, oh yeah, well this is what our mindset's at. This is the professionality we're at. No, especially I'm talking about from the local band scene coming up. You need the music video. Anyone in a band watching, get a music video and get a good one. I know you're gonna spend some money, but it's worth it. Don't settle for someone's phone and recording you.
I'm gonna make a point here. I can't remember the rapper's name, okay, but there's this rap group of this trio of girls from Detroit. Okay. Y'all gotta. I'm serious. You gotta look this up. This is the worst quality video I've ever seen. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I could not stop watching.
Oh, was it purposely made that way?
Yeah, like it was like, look, all we had is $10 and an iPhone, like, and they made it work, and they walked all around parts of Detroit. Literally, you could tell that they hopped in the car and they drove over here.
Oh,
they're
wow.
Walking on the.
But it works. You're saying
it was a video, and it was them performing, and it looked whack. It was like, this is trash, but for some reason. Even the lyrics was bad, but it has over 1 million views because.
Wait, is it like Rebecca Black? We're so bad that people watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has that effect, and it's like, and I'm not even trying to bag the group, but it's just.
No,
like,
I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but they did exactly what we're talking about. They marketed it, and there's this a rawness to like, yo, y'all only had $10 and a bag of Skittles, and y'all put that together, like. Y'all did this, and it's in Detroit too. Like, dude. That's in the wintertime.
Man, and there's not much other than snow and buildings.
Snow, like black snow. Like,
dirty snow. Dirty snow.
You know,
like, I know the dirty snow.
Dirty snow. These Californians, y'all know nothing about that. But
dirty snow. Dirty snow is where cars have been going and kicking the mud everywhere, and you're walking down the street, and it's all dirt and brown mud and muddy snow, and then you track it in the house and mud everywhere. Yeah, I know.
And they shot this $10 video, and it went viral, and I love it. It's so bad, it's great. So, yo, if you get a chance to cut a video and you go 100% in that, it's gonna work in your favor.
Yeah. So I guess you just proved my thing where you need a really good video. I mean, you don't, but it helps.
It helps
for a really good video. Yeah, and Ron Underwood does the job, so get a hold of him.
Yes.
But yeah, music videos are super important. Local bands do it. Yeah. It's gonna take you to the next level. Paul, any input on that, bro?
I haven't really had the need for a music video.
Paul, where's your music video, man?
I mean, unless you're just looking for me sitting in an empty room with a GoPro speaking nonsense, it's.
Hey,
I'll watch that, man.
I'll give you a like on YouTube, bro. I'll watch. I'll subscribe.
The one fan.
We'll promote you, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. I was like, check out my boy Paul and his new music video.
Sitting in a chair with 2 spoons, just.
People are like, Mike, what was going on with that? It's like, it's art, bro.
It's me.
People are like, people are like, there wasn't really any music. It's like, you don't get it.
and another good point. Now that you mentioned that, Paul, like, you talk to the kids, the first thing they do is look you up.
Yeah, absolutely.
They don't even think about live. Like, we used to try to sneak into venues. We would look to the local, like, state theater or whatever local bar that you're too young to get into, but your homie would get you in. That era has changed. Like, now everyone's on their phones, they're on their laptops, they're on their iPads.
Yeah.
The first thing they do is look you up. Are you on Spotify? Okay. Yep. Are you on YouTube?
Yep.
Okay, great. And
Instagram.
Y'all do anything on that? Like, that's where it's at. Yep. You got to hit them where they are.
And I always say this: just like the musicians that really, if you think about it, how do you know about your favorite artist? Was it, you stumbled across them in a club? No, you saw them online from media. Yeah. So just like us and other acts, media, actually, I'm at the point now, and I hate to say this, there's 2 different things. Live, I think when people see you live, you make a bigger impact as far as like when they're there, like, wow. Yeah. But I think you make the broadest impact online, meaning, if that makes sense. Yeah, you reach the most.
Kind of shotgun.
Yeah. Like, and it's not like the live experience, but it's actually online's more important these days. Yeah. Although the live thing is a different thing that's super important. It is super important.
It's intimate.
Yeah, it's intimate, and also though there are people that would see you live and become a fan before, but if they saw something else, they'd be like, ah. But once they saw you live, like, whoa. So they have two different things: the live or online. But online today is so big to have your band out there. You have to.
It's insane.
It's like
you got to do it.
So I mean, there's a lot of artists that never played shows and everything was online.
Yeah.
And they got famous online, and so obviously it's like live is a big deal, but doing the music videos, doing the videos, promotions, pictures, artwork, songs, everything online, Spotify, that's the most important these days. So.
Yeah.
Definitely. So music videos, that was the subject. Anything else you guys want to pop in on the music video part of the set list?
And they're fun.
And they're fun. Oh, yeah, they're fun to make.
They're fun to make.
They're fun to make. Oh, gosh, we almost burned the place down, didn't we, Jay? Last one. We had candles lit everywhere. We almost burned the whole place down. Dude, but I mean, by the way, there's so much more we could talk about the music videos. Like Dirty Machine, one of my favorite ones is the you guys are like it's what is it? It's you guys. It's like a house, you know. It's going up to the house, the kid walking around.
Oh, Self-Made Hero.
Self-Made Hero. Yeah, that one's good. Like in the tub and stuff. Like that's that. The colors are so vibrant in the beginning. That's one. Like that one's a great one. And then you had one with a drone
Against the World.
Yeah, Against the World.
Paris, California.
Yeah. So like. Yeah, guys, check Dirty Machine's music videos out. Also, I had one with Wizard of Oz stuff going on.
Yeah, like, Bad Mamacita. Yeah. God, I don't even know how we came up with that.
You guys have a lot of music videos. Oh, what? Okay, I have to say one about the restaurant one. I got.
Built.
Okay, well, you're gonna say something, then I want.
I was gonna say, Self-Made. Just a quick little tidbit. Self-Made Hero. That song is not. First of all, my favorite Dirty Machine song to play.
Is it?
Yep. And then that's the song I auditioned to get in the band with.
So that has a special thing.
It is very special. And that video, we shot that video literally 2 days before we went on tour with ICP.
Oh, so that's a big song. Yeah.
That was our
good moment in time.
That was our send-off.
Right on, dude. And Jay, like I said, everyone, Jay's in the background here, drummer. Wild West is big to you probably because that's what you auditioned with us.
Yeah.
So
Wild West and Answer Me, those two.
Yeah. So
Monster
just like that.
drummer right there, by the way.
Jay's a great drummer.
Right.
We can't get a camera on him right now, but he's here. Jay, can you run in here and smile?
Get in here, bro.
He was on. Oh wait, get it with Paul. He was on episode.
Open spot on the couch, man.
He was on episode. Yeah, he's with Paul right now. Did he pop up creepily behind him?
Promoted to couch contributor.
Oh yeah, we got Jay couch contributor.
I kind of feel.
Full on Muppet.
Everyone wants to go to the couch now.
Get me on another episode here. I want to.
You want it? You want to be a couch contributor?
Get me back here. I want to be on it. Jay, just like bypass. Okay, get on that camera though.
Yeah. So Nightmare, we're gonna get you as a couch contributor one day. How about it?
So down for that.
Sick.
Paul, you got room for me over there, bro?
Hey, maybe we can get the other members and then our two. That'd be sick too.
Shoot.
Damn. All right.
The Couch Chronicles.
Couch Chronicles. Dude, do you know what's going to happen? Everyone's going to leave this table and go to the couch. This is the table.
You're going to need a new living room.
I'm going to be here alone. And we're like, hey, welcome to the show. No one's in front of me because everyone's on the couch hanging out.
I'll stay with you for now.
It's a devastatingly
Wouldn't that be sad
couch.
if it becomes the couch show or something where we're all hanging out on the couch just because of that position?
But yes, Jay is a hell of a drummer. Another reason why I love 22 Salute so much.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah.
He's got a bright future.
And by the way, Jay has definitely, he's been, I'm not just saying because he's in the band now, but we've gone through quite a few drummers, and Jay's been with us 3 years now, by the way. This month, 3 years. And Jay's been the best drummer, not just on a drumming professional level, but he's just the nicest guy, and he actually has a great personality, and we have a good chemistry. We just, me, Mark, and him really gel, and it's been a pleasure. I just hope you don't leave us tomorrow, Jay. No, Jay's the man, and we're so blessed to have him. But so, anyways, music videos, there it was. Now, I will say this. What time we got? Okay, so we're at the halfway point. Right. So, Ryan, you know what that means, right, bro? Halfway point? What? Oh, wait, you don't? Yeah, you do. You liar. I'm
excited for this.
You know. No, it's not as exciting as I'm about to do the most exciting part right now. It's not the most exciting.
What it is. Don't fucking
Yeah. Okay, ready?
That
means the pee break. That means you gotta take a piss, and then we're gonna come back for the second half of the show. All right, see you guys in a bit. Rock Oath. Hey everybody, Welcome back to the Rock Oath. We just had our pee break.
Yeah,
our piss
baby,
break,
yeah.
and we're back for the second half of the show. Before we go on, I am going to say we are filming out of sunny, well, not so much sunny today, I don't think. It's a little cloudy, but Rancho Cucamonga, California, here at the, what we call Rock Oath Studios, a.k.a. Mark and I's pad, our apartment. But again, we got Nightmare as our headliner today, and then on Couch Contributor we have Paul Boulware, and we've been having a great time. But we're gonna get on with the set list, second half of the show. Now we only covered two. There's a total of 5 things. We only covered 2, so we're gonna squeeze 3 in here as much as possible. This part of the show, we're actually gonna talk a little bit about what's going on in the world that's not music related. We're going to talk about the evil the evil villain group called Dark Side. Dark Side is a Russian hacker group, and this is not off a movie. This is not a villain. This is a real thing. And I know we talked a little bit. You don't know too much about this group, but I will inform you. I know Paul knows a little bit over here, but you know about the gas stuff that's been happening.
I've been hearing about the gas shortage for sure.
There's been a lot of panic buying of gas, at least on the East Coast in Texas. So we'll talk about that. So I'll fill everybody in. The group Dark Side, which is, I feel like they're probably comic book nerds, right, Paul? Yeah, you know they are. But they gotta be.
The world on a floppy disk.
Yeah, and they're a Russian hacker group. They do cyber attacks. Okay, so on May 7th they did a cyber attack. They hacked into there is a company called Colonial Pipeline, and that's one of the biggest pipelines in America. They do fuel for the East Coast and for Texas. So, anyways, I got all the notes here. They stretch out. They have 5,500 miles of pipeline, and they carry more than 100 million gallons of fuel a day to the country. So this is the biggest one. And basically, what happened was, this group from Russia called Dark Side, they hacked into their system, and basically they had the power to shut stuff down. Now, they didn't shut down the computer stuff that would actually haul all that oil, but they hacked into their system and messed some stuff up where they knew what they were dealing with. So basically, Colonial Pipeline closed down for a few weeks and scared people because they had to figure out what were we doing about this, because we could get hacked into. So basically what this company does, Dark Side basically will they have something called ransomware or malware, where they'll go in there and they'll screw up the data and you need a code in order to put it back. So they basically went on to their computers, screwed it all up, and within hours, Colonial Pipelines, they paid where's the numbers here? Sorry.
90 million in Bitcoin.
No. That's what Dark Side has made. No, I have the notes here. I got it all typed up here. I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. The CEO paid 5.6 million to the ransom within hours. It was a ransom, basically.
Wow.
Yeah.
And he wasn't happy about it, obviously, but I'm sure he makes almost $1 billion. So I mean, come on, what's 5.6 million?
Yeah.
No, but
true.
yeah, I know, right? I mean, I'm sure it was chump change to him, but he still paid 5.6 million. But apparently he didn't have to. That's what we're learning about. But he did. Dark Side, by the way, they've reaped $90 million from 47 victims so far. It's funny how this information is out, and it's gonna get funnier. I'm gonna tell you about this. They blog about the stuff they do. There's hacker blogs where people are talking about, like, oh, I do this. Like, I feel like it's funny. They're like they're criminalizing themselves, or they're putting it all out there like idiots. They got to be
kind of like it sounds like they're having fun with it, though.
Yeah, I know. That's it's funny, but at the same time, it's kind of dumb, because they're incriminating themselves, meaning they're like on blogs talking about it's. I'll explain a little more
They're
here.
basically the worst trolls you'll ever meet.
Yes, exactly, and they're getting away with it, but they're from afar. They're from Russia, so it's not the same. But America, I guess the Biden administration is trying to work with Russia to figure this out. This was a big scare a couple weeks ago. Anyways, they develop Darkside develops ransomware and sells it to other outfits to do work. They use code to seize control, and then they demand money for it. And then it's funny because the affiliate, the hacker affiliates that they give their malware to or their hackerware to or whatever, recently they've been claiming on blogs that they're not getting paid from DarkSide. So it's like they're treating it so casual about this stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, on blogs and stuff talking about it. It's like, is this a joke? What's it?
They're basically like criminals but Karens at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay, so and then now DarkSide has recently announced on a blog, like it's like they're posting like fun Facebook statuses about, hey, we just ripped off the Colonial Pipeline. DarkSide recently announced they lost access to its servers. They blogged that the funds have been withdrawn to an unknown account. Also blogged that they will pay their affiliates on May 23rd. That's tomorrow.
Wow.
If I'm hearing that right,
it's like they're telling all their business like it's like a Facebook status or like it's so ridiculous. And they say their affiliate program is now closed, meaning they're not paying anyone. Say they lost their payment servers. Actually, anyone that's going to hack into a system probably just kept the money. And anyways, they say they've lost their hacker affiliate program. They've lost access to it. Anyways, long story short, this group from Russia hacked into the system a couple weeks ago, and is scared because they can shut everything down if they get the right stuff. So anyways, that's what happened with the scare and why everyone started panic buying gas because they thought that we're going to be out of gas. It was like, just like toilet paper.
I was just going to say.
Yeah.
Same thing.
In all fairness, how like the news was speaking about it, the headline was basically saying outright gas shortage. So it kind of falls on like media not putting the words out there right, because there's a lot of people that don't want to research things themselves. They just hear what people have to say and they'll take the worst of what's said and be like, "Oh crap, apocalypse."
Yeah. That the fear mongering.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
It's fear mongering.
And then, because I was worried, dude, when that happened, I was like, oh, great. Now people in California are going to start buying it. I'm not going to be like, oh, I can't get to my work because there's no gas at this gas station or near me. So I was worrying about it. By the way, I'm not one of these crazy douche assholes that are. By the way, have you seen the memes online where people are like filling up like trash bags and they're filling up like all kinds of buckets and putting them in their car? It's ridiculous, dude.
Wow.
Have you seen those memes or?
I have not.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, there's a bunch of people going out buying tons of gas and storing it in bins. There's like a truck. Can we get? How about this? For the post edit, let's get right here. Let's get a picture. Let's get a picture of the person filling up trash bags or bags of gas. And then on this side, let's get a picture of the lady filling up a laundry basket with holes in it with gas. It's not. It's true. It's real.
That was the
God.
collapse of like evolution right there. The
Yeah,
laundry
dude.
basket.
Yeah, this lady was
insane.
putting gas in a laundry basket and it had holes in it. I'm just like, oh my, dude. Anyway, so people are panic shopping like toilet paper. Dude, that was ridiculous. Let's get to that for a second.
Well, I thought that it was really interesting that when people hear virus pandemic, the first thing that people are worried about is unstoppable shit.
Not water too, but not as much.
Not
Not as much food, not as much anything, but toilet paper.
toilet paper. And man, I tell you what, my roommate and I, we bought into it for like a day, and then we looked in our apartment. We're like, did we have like 80 rolls? Of toilet
Yeah. Oh,
paper?
then you're safe. Yeah.
And,
That's good.
I mean, our buttholes are safe.
It's just-
And that's great. I don't think I was ever worried about that. But then we started building towers of toilet paper, like on the table.
See,
This is hilarious.
dude,
you got the building blocks.
dude, toilet paper became like money. Like it's like I got how much you want. Oh, dude, you want some? Dude, you give me that pizza, I'll give you some toilet paper. Like
Yeah.
I'll do anything for toilet paper.
Remember
that Scott brand.
Waterworld?
Yeah.
It was basically Waterworld.
Dude,
but
I
with
was
toilet
working at
paper.
a warehouse. By the way, I was working at a warehouse when this all happened. One of the ladies that worked there was stealing toilet paper from the bathroom at our warehouse, and the bosses were like, "We don't have toilet paper," because the lady was stealing it. Like people were going crazy over toilet paper.
They were getting fired
Unbelievable.
for that shit. People was
That was the
Yeah.
lowest point of my life. I was going to grocery stores and collecting napkins because I could not buy toilet
Coffee
paper.
filters.
Hey, that's old school.
You gotta do what you gotta do. Wipe that
Do
ass.
what you gotta do. Yeah, man. And so with this fuel thing, the thing that I always try to remind myself is whenever there's shortage, I don't necessarily buy into it because the government wants you to think
Exactly.
that there's a shortage. They want you to be more dependent
On them.
On them.
Yes, thank
Precisely.
you. Thank you. The
Yeah.
government is always okay. the old saying goes, "Don't let a good crisis go to waste."
Yeah.
And that's true. That
Yeah, that hits
yeah,
hard.
yeah. So remember that the government's always gonna exploit a problem in order to make it so you join their side because we have the solution for it, just like shortages and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
It's just kind of mass pacification and control. It's
yeah.
absolutely. That's why I'm always about. Well, we won't get into it, but I'm always less government. But yeah, it's definitely. You're right. You said it when you said that. It's like they want to scare you, fear mongering.
Rely on us, please. Like, and I mean, and yeah, and then it's crying wolf, and heaven help us when there actually is
A problem, yes,
a
yeah, and then
legitimate
people are like,
problem.
whatever. They always talk about this, and then it's true,
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. People take advantage of things, and they lie just to manipulate. And the toilet paper thing, dude. The truth is, we would have been fine on toilet paper. What happened was, people started freaking out. For some reason, it became popular that everyone's getting the toilet paper. Oh, we better go get some toilet paper. So everyone else was like, we better get some before it's out.
It started with one household that had like 8 people living in the house, and they're like, they're buying all the toilet paper.
Yeah, and then then normal people are like, all right, I guess I'll just pick some up I'll try to find some when I go grocery shopping. And then you go and there's no toilet paper. You're like, dude, I just want to buy a roll. Like, dude, there was limits. I'd literally go to the grocery store and you can only buy one thing of toilet paper because I'm like, why are we here in humanity? Why are we and toilet paper out of everything?
Our priorities are all jacked, right?
Dude.
But the fuel thing,
That's more serious, though.
That's a fair thing to be afraid of not having.
Because then you lose your money for traveling. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I didn't know. I didn't know that this was a thing. And I'm going to work. I'm driving my car. I'm getting fuel.
Yeah, exactly.
Just fine.
But you're right. And I will say this, though. It hasn't affected the West Coast as much because it was mainly the East Coast and Texas.
Yeah,
which,
you're right.
But still, no, prices did go up because of that. Because they were like, it's going to, because people are going to start panic. Yeah. No, people were going to start panic shopping and they were panic buying gas and they were here. But you didn't hear about it, which is good because you lived your life. And I did notice prices go up a hair, but that could have been normal. But they said the prices on the East Coast in Texas did go up, spike quite a bit. Yeah. So everything affects everything. But, yeah, like you said, it affected here a little bit too, but you didn't hear about it. So if people would just not panic and just things would be smoother. But media and politics blow things out of proportion, and then we got more problems.
On a regular.
Yep. Oof.
Yeah.
It's hot in here. I know. Is it? Are you hot? Nightmare's probably burning up.
Fine, man.
I'm like.
I can see that vein in the forehead, like in anime, just like.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, Mike, you got it.
You're right, Mike. I'm like sweating here. I'm like, anyways, no. So yeah, but going back to that Russian hacker group called Darkside, the evil Darkside. Apparently, they have disappeared and they are no longer here. But the U.S. government said they have nothing to do with that. Although maybe the CIA took them out. Who knows? Or other tech experts or online experts have said that Darkside is just laying low, going to come back under a new name. It's like a scary movie. It's like a superhero movie. What?
Kyle's theme song.
Yeah.
Oh,
we gotta find that.
I could figure it out. Yeah. Actually, you know what? I think I have that actually. Oh, you know what? I think I got it.
Yo, I had. Can I tell you? Like, I think I was in middle school. I was like maybe 6th, 7th grade. That is.
That's a sword. That's still going.
Okay. Oh, you will see my reaction. I got a little hands up, whoa.
Oh my god.
But no, I was in 6th grade, and that was when I started staying up super late, watching whatever would come on, and wait for when the cable would. We have now entered our broadcast day, and I'd watch X-Files before I'd pass out, and it would come on at 11 o'clock midnight, and I'd be freaking terrified to go to bed.
Mine was the Twilight Zone.
I wonder if this is the sound effect. Hold on.
There it is.
Sorry, we had to do it real quick. Okay, I got it.
That was perfect.
It is.
I should have had that ready to go.
Yeah.
I mean,
Very
could you
true.
imagine just someone walking at a distance behind
Sorry,
you and you just hear
I
that
didn't mean to
sound
interrupt you
coming?
there.
It's perfect.
Go ahead. But continue though. What you were saying?
Oh no, I was just saying the things that mess with your mind, and thinking and all this extra stuff that you cannot explain.
Yeah.
I mean, that falls under general rational and irrational thought.
Yeah.
Most people nowadays, they have a purely irrational thought for things they don't understand or don't know, and it quickly goes downhill.
Yeah.
That UFO thing.
that the Navy saw out of San Diego. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a lot of crazy. We could have had an alien section today, and this could actually turn into another alien, a whole other alien section. We could really go back into it.
They're here. They've always been here. I believe.
They're here. Are you guys ready for the alien segment of the show? We have the green lining. We should have done that. Why didn't we do that? Maybe next time we'll do that. Anyways, by the way, anyone else in the room, we literally had the X-Files do playing, so you don't hear it. But yeah, it's actually in the head of it.
It's too much, man.
Okay, so
Just mind blown.
Oh my god.
so we should have had an alien segment. So from now on, when we have alien segments, we're doing green lights, we're playing that song, and we're going, man. But okay, we got to stay on track.
Oh my
Dark
god.
Side, the evil Russian hacker group, is scary because they could strike any time, and we could be out of gas and.
Too much.
What cracks me up with the whole dark side, evil Russian group thing is we can't find them, but what the U.S. is looking at now is like Bitcoin. They're like, we're not allowed to know people's information because it's their own personal stuff, but they're trying to use this as a general reason to try to bend that rule now because they did make a lot off of Bitcoin and it can't be tracked.
Thanks, Dark Side.
Thanks, Dark Side. Yeah, give the government a reason to put regulations. Well, they don't care. Dark Side's just. By the way, anyone that really can stoop to that level of stealing, you can't be a good person.
No,
I mean,
no.
they're just.
I also have a general rule of thumb when it comes to people that steal stuff too. Like the bigger the crime, if you kind of get away with it, screw you, but also good for you.
But I mean, it's impressive. Okay.
I'm just
By the way,
saying.
I get it. People don't like corporate people or oil thing, but to me, it's just the fact of going in and stealing. That's not my soul. I
At
couldn't
least
do
be
that.
Robin Hood about it. Give some of it back.
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't though. I'm
In a
sure they.
trash bag of fuel. Hey man.
Yeah.
Thinking about
Hey, I
it.
got some toilet paper, dude. Yeah. Anyways, panic shoppers with the gas. Everyone been hearing about that. It's some funny photos. I think the photos you probably gonna see earlier. Good stuff.
Yeah, we'll look at it.
Crazy ass people. Oh yeah. Oh man, toilet paper people too. Those are crazy. Anyways, we got to move on the set list, guys. All right. I'm not sure if I have a good sound effect for this one. But hey, okay. So we're gonna talk about Mortal Kombat. I wish I had the Mortal Kombat theme, but what's that? Yeah, we got a color for Mortal Kombat. So the next on the set list is Mortal Kombat. Not just the video games or the movies, but everything Mortal Kombat. We're going to talk about that. Let's change the lights, though. Let's get the mood right. What are you thinking, Nightmare? What color should we do for this one?
Oh, you know what? We did red, we did blue, we did green. What about... Okay, just bear with me here.
All right. Pink?
I'm going to say purple.
Purple. Dude,
Hey, rain.
we got purple rain. Dude, we got purple.
Yeah. Thank you. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Paul. Couch contributor on point.
On point, dude.
Finally!
Oh, we're in my wheelhouse right now. It's let me roll these non-sleeves up.
I'm getting purple, guys. I'm getting it going.
No, no. We gotta make sure we get the right one.
Is that purple? No. And that's when you found out Michael's playing.
Purple and violet right now.
Well, it's this app.
Yeah, I mean, you're pretty close.
We said purple enough. The fans know.
I think that's
That's good.
That's gonna work. Yeah. I want Barney purple.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I know people are like, guys, get on with it. This is part of the show, guys. We do all kinds of stupid stuff like this.
We're doing this for
It's
you.
not stupid.
It's not stupid. Apparently, this is purple, but I don't see purple. That's blue.
It's necessary. So while you're doing that, can I kind of get into...
Yeah, go ahead.
So my first time seeing Mortal
Talk
Kombat
about Kombat.
yeah, was, well, let's see. It came out, I think, in 92.
The movie or the game?
The game.
Oh, the game, yes.
Yeah, game came out in 92. And I remember I was driving... My family lives in Wisconsin while I live in Michigan. So we would drive from Kalamazoo through Indiana, through Illinois, up into Wisconsin. I mean, there's like... And from Iowa and the Midwest, you have these pit stops and the truck stops.
Yeah.
And at the truck stops, you find all kinds of absurd shit. Like, you have the regular store floor, and you get your fuel and your truck hats and all that. And then you go downstairs where the bathrooms and showers are, and these video games are down there.
Arcade
The
games?
arcade,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, the
And they're-
cabinets.
they're anything from Pac-Man to a slot machine to raunchy, like, nude, like, match the cards that flip over and there's a set of tits. Like it's and I remember in one of those truck stops, I was mortified. I was, let's see, 92. That would make me 10. That I saw Mortal Kombat for the first time, the very first time, and I saw this game and I saw blood and these realistic looking dudes just like uppercutting each other.
And that was pretty good graphics.
The graphics were insane
because it looks like real people on the screen.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
what?
like, what is
it
this?
was
This is
real
like
people on the screen, to tell you the truth.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
And
Get over here!
Finish him. And I'm looking at this game and I'm standing there with no quarters in my pocket, right? I'm like, oh, I can't play this.
No.
My mom's upstairs, like in the car waiting for me, and I'm like, oh my god. And but I was afraid because it looked like this was real. Like these people are really knocking 10 gallons of blood out of each other with every punch, and then it blew up from there. And I'm like, did I just discover the hottest game? Like at a truck stop? Did I just know? Am I the first one to see this? Like,
You might have been the first kid.
yeah, like the first 10-year-old kid to be like, oh
Yeah.
my god!
So you're a real OG on the Mortal Kombat. You probably saw the beginnings.
And I just realized I just dated myself.
No, you didn't. No.
Okay.
No.
But see, edit that. Can you? So, delete that. But no, like,
We
and
can
before
edit it out.
I was gone on vacation in Wisconsin for like a week. I get back into Michigan, and on Sega Genesis, it's like this heavily promoted game. I'm like, I saw that. I saw it. I was there for that.
Yeah.
And-
Like whatever, dude.
and-
Oh,
yeah,
I
like-
swear I was there.
And it was everywhere. Mortal Kombat on all fronts. Every kid had it. Like GamePro magazine had it. Like we're talking about it in middle school. The Pogs. I don't know if you guys know Pogs.
Yeah, I never paused.
They were Mortal Kombat Pogs, and I collected those things. I'm telling you, man, people don't realize. Like it was like when Mario took over. Like Mortal Kombat just slayed everyone.
Oh, it did in the video game world, and even to today, everyone knows about it.
Everyone knows about it. There's like what 12 versions of that game now.
There's
Yeah,
and
about.
Yeah.
Including the DC Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
crossover game.
sorry, I'm on my phone because I'm searching stuff to put on here. So
Yeah.
I'm listening though.
We have the technology to do that.
So Mortal Kombat is one of the first fighting games I played, along with Street Fighter. It was
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, Street Fighter.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. On Sega and Super Nintendo.
The Virtua Fighter.
Virtual Fight, was that one?
Oh, that was probably N64.
Oh, Mike Tyson's Punch Out too.
Yes.
Dude, that game for Nintendo. That's one we talked about that last episode. It was like old retro games, but Mortal Kombat has always been a great game. And then the '95 movie came out. I saw that. I thought it was the greatest thing. People talk trash on that. I'm like, what are you talking about, man?
amazing.
'95 Mortal Kombat is
It
awesome.
was amazing.
95 Mortal Kombat is still reigning champion right now because of what they've done with the newer ones.
You think? Yeah. Have you seen the new one?
Yeah.
Wait.
I've seen it twice.
We talked about it. That's right. What's your overall rating? 1 to 10. What do you think?
Okay, 1 to 10, 10 being great, 1 being trash. I give it about a 7.5 to 8.
Okay, so it's
of
not
you
bad.
are
Yeah.
generous.
It's not bad. And you know, first of all, we've all talked about it. The fight scenes were absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
I loved Kano.
Kano
I
was
loved
great.
Kano.
Kano did great.
Carried the whole movie.
He did, thank you. Like he did.
At first, you're like, I thought he was going to be a bigger villain,
Yeah.
but he wasn't. Because
No.
on '95 version, he's a big villain. On this one, he was like an asshole.
He's just
but
an asshole.
Yeah, but he was like, he's
He was
still.
the
And when he-
perfect asshole, bleached and all.
Yeah, and when he found his Akana, that was the funniest thing ever. I was like, oh my god.
I found
Yeah. I told you from
That
the
movie had a lot of good highlights and moments. It had a
Oh,
lot of great
my
moments.
God, I love it.
It just. What was I think it was the thing was the storyline lacked to me and some of the characters because I know Paul's getting ready over here. I see him like
I'm gonna let you
he's like
finish.
listen, cool him down. He's getting heated up. Okay.
Finish.
Hold him back. He's getting okay. So no, but I think they could have had better actors, and then I think the storyline they talked about this tournament the whole time, and there was no tournament. It was just that was the main parts. But
The generation is the movie's called Mortal Kombat. The tournament's called Mortal Kombat. And all what we saw were mortals fighting, but no Mortal Kombat. That was perfect timing.
and that's what I'm getting at. This is. By the way, they tried the song a little bit in there. It wasn't the same one, but this.
Like a techno version. Like more techno version.
There you go. I don't know if we're gonna get in trouble for playing that. I don't know if we're allowed to.
When
It's
this
worth it.
movie came
Look.
out, every time I heard that song, I'm looking at my friends like, backyard, now we have to fight.
Well, now look, like if you guys remember, now this is where my head went. Bruce Lee is Enter the Dragon. Now,
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
okay,
Yeah.
so that movie was about a tournament, a big, huge tournament, and it had to explain how Bruce Lee got brought into that.
Yeah.
Like the whole story was about this build-up that then ended at this
Yeah.
tournament. So I'm not comparing Mortal Kombat to Bruce Lee. I'm just saying
It's building up.
it's building right
Okay.
because when the game came out, you had to do something that kept up with the intensity of the game.
Yeah.
Because it was just so quick, and you have to make it about the tournament,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when you do the movie. But in this, the very beginning of Mortal Kombat was so far removed, and now it's just a series of games. You know,
Yeah,
that it almost requires a backstory now. You kind of got to explain what the hell did this all even come from? Because if you've got
Yeah.
kids that are like 12, 13, 14 years old now, they don't know what the hell
Well,
95 was.
That's
all about.
the mistake they kind of made because Mortal Kombat from 92 to 2021, they made sure each game always prologued where it came from and where it's at now. So even current like kids growing up today know
Yeah.
what Mortal Kombat is and where it came from.
Yeah. I just think 95 encompassed everything into one video movie just perfectly, where you knew it was a
Yeah.
tournament, where it started kind of. This movie had a lot of backstory, you're right. But I feel like they could have incorporated more of a tournament, but which maybe the next one is going to be. If they make another one, that would make sense.
That's what it's up for.
But I will say this, though. Anytime I go into a video game movie, I'm not expecting the greatest storyline. That's what I was getting at. People are like, oh, the
That's
movie.
true.
Actually, I gave that movie a good, and this isn't bad, like a 6 3/4 or 7, and that's good because I was like, you know what, I was entertained, and I would watch that movie again. Absolutely, I was entertained. Good graphics, good fighting, good death scenes, and like
Yeah.
to me, it was still cool. Like I thought it was cool, and like I said, you go in a video game movie, don't expect much. It's a video game movie, anyways. But
Gave the movie such a low score because they're adding of a plot device. Coulson wasn't necessary. He wasn't necessary, and he was severely like unexpected.
oh, the main character,
Yeah.
Yeah,
They tried to bring a new guy in.
character. That's a new character in the new game that's
Excuse
coming
me.
out.
Yeah.
Right. I see, and I was Paul. I'm right there with you because I saw this in the theater, and by the way, which is awesome, fucking IMAX.
Oh, same.
Sorry.
yeah.
So, but when I saw that the Coulson, I was like I spent the whole movie trying to figure out who is this dude, and even when the movie was over, I went to my phone, I looked it up. I'm like, oh, he's gonna be a new character in the game. And they try to kill like 3 birds with 1 stone. Now I get it as OGs that we've been around from the beginning. You got to explain yourself.
The
But
fact that you said 3 birds with 1 stone, it leads to another reason why I actually didn't like the movie is because they after the second time watching it, I noticed that they took like the first 4 games and tried to jam pack it
That's
into one
true.
movie.
that's true.
Oh, for what the new one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The new
Oh
Mortal
yeah, they took Mortal Kombat 3,
Yeah,
C1.
they like added all these
Brought in all
characters
these
and had to
characters.
interact.
But here's the thing, though. All those characters actually exist, right?
Yes.
But in the old games, hadn't created them yet. So now that they all exist, you can kind of throw them in
Well,
the same.
it kind of mixed it up because one thing that confused me and a lot of other people I talked to with Kano and Ermac is Ermac says that one line where he's like, he's the reason I'm in this iron lung. And he makes it sound like Kano beat the piss out of him. But that's not the fact at all.
Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna say something. Wouldn't it be fun? I mean, there's a lot of things in the movie. I'm like, okay, that wouldn't have happened in real life. Meaning the whole movie would never happen in real life. You know what I mean? Like
we would be
meaning. Okay,
screwed.
when Jax goes and gets his arms worked on, it's like they do it so fast. I'm like, damn, they really like, and they don't. It looks like there's no technology anywhere. It's like in a
I don't
cave.
want to talk about
Yeah.
Jack's Transformer arms.
I'm so glad his arms didn't stay the same because
Those
Yeah,
little
because
baby
those look,
hands.
those baby hands look terrible. I was like, that's what he's gonna be going with. This movie? You gotta be kidding. How wrong is that to do to this man?
I was-
like, but I really liked Liu Kang. I really liked Kung Lao. Raiden was kind of cool. I think he was.
He should have been more involved.
I think he should have been way more involved.
I think they could have took a better actor. I don't think the guy did great. I don't know. I just don't think
It's
he.
because, I mean,
Yeah.
it looks like he didn't do great because he didn't do anything.
Oh, maybe.
He
Yeah.
had like 5 lines.
Yeah, and he owned them, but yeah,
Oh,
it was only 5. And And I'm gonna say they could have picked a better Sonya. She was like the
You think so?
Sonya number 95.
also-
Sonya
okay.
was.
Oh, 95
my
Sonya is the
God.
great.
Oh, yeah.
Veronica Vaughn.
The
Oh.
new
That
Sonya looked like a
Veronica
teenager.
Vaughn.
I didn't understand that.
Well, yeah, dude. The Sonya in the first one.
Oh,
Dude,
perfect.
knockout.
In many
But-
ways.
But I liked how, I mean, they're buying time. The way that they left the movie, they bought themselves time. They bought themselves another look. If you didn't like this, give us another shot because we're gonna do a sequel. We're gonna get to the tournament. You're gonna see more shit. You know.
I didn't
Oh, yeah.
appreciate the cop out of these guys are dead, but dead's just a portal to another life. I'm just like, that's
So no one ever dies. It's just repeats and repeats. No, I'm kidding.
But is anyone with me that's probably the dopest Goro I've seen?
Oh, completely.
Yes.
I'm gonna say something.
Dude, I thought that. Dude, by the way, I liked the girl from the other one because it was animatronic, right?
Yeah, he was an amateur.
But this one was vicious looking, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just sad that they killed him so quick.
Oh, no, I'm gonna blow your mind right
By the way,
now.
spoiler alert. Mortal Kombat people.
Sorry.
Whatever. It's been
Whatever.
out long.
You
I'm
should've
gonna
seen it
blow
by now,
all of
people.
your
Yeah.
minds right now. Did anyone else notice that they pretty much gave Ko-Sun's character Johnny Cage's role from the first movie,
Yeah.
fighting and killing Goro and
Oh,
everything?
Oh yeah.
By the way,
Yeah.
do you see at the end of the movie, it said like, I have a friend to meet or whatever, and they said
Citizen
Johnny Cage. I'm
Cage.
like, yeah, okay, so there's gonna be a second one.
So I'm excited for what they're gonna do with that Johnny Cage because I've liked the first Johnny Cage, hilarious as hell.
Oh, dude,
Johnny-
the beginning.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you
Oh,
get
yeah.
this
Yeah,
guy?
man. This is where you're from.
Those sunglasses were $500,
Yeah.
asshole.
And they've kept that character style through the games where he was always that narcissistic, like sarcastic.
Yeah.
But there's a still realness to him.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to see what they're gonna do with this Jake. With this,
And
Johnny
I hope they
Cage
get a
thing.
good actor for him.
They better.
They have to.
You cannot get a bad
can't
actor for
have
Johnny.
a-
You cannot.
Watch me like
B-rate
Ryan Reynolds
actor
or
playing
something.
Johnny
Yeah, I mean,
Cage. of
something.
all people.
Hogan Paul.
Do not.
Oh, don't you dare
We-
say that.
We don't want Johnny Cage ordered off Wish. Please. The Wish app.
I got upset that they were trying to say Miz, the wrestler, should play Johnny Cage, and I'm sitting there like,
maybe.
absolutely not. No.
By the way, we have WWE fans in the house at all? Maybe a little bit?
Okay,
Yeah, of course.
I'm kind of still, but Ikusa and Dave.
Big time.
Oh my lord.
Probably Attitude Era, because that's me.
And
Yeah.
Kevin too. Kevin is a
Okay.
huge WWE fan. Like,
Cool, okay.
Like you could not find a bigger group of WWE fans than.
Okay, then I know what to talk about if they ever come on the show.
Oh, dude, all day. I
We're
mean,
talking
when we toured with Insane Clown Posse, not trying to get too far off.
No, you're
Okay.
good. You're good.
Dave wore Stone Cold Steve Austin 316 shirt
That's sick.
every
Nice.
stop we played.
Because you knew that everyone loves that. It's the
Yeah.
same community, dude.
Same community,
Dude,
like,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I absolutely love the the Attitude Era in the late '90s.
Yeah.
I was a kid, but like I would watch that stuff, and my dad, God bless my mom and dad, they would actually buy me the pay-per-views as a kid. They didn't have to do
Nice.
that, but they did that for me, and I look back and go, that was really sweet. That they would buy.
Yeah.
They probably were like, oh god, this
I got
wrestling stuff.
myself in
And it was
trouble.
always $30. It was always like $29.99 to get it on pay-per-view, and like just Stone Cold and The Rock, and like it was just the greatest, dude. That was so.
Who else got themselves grounded mimicking DX?
I got detention for doing that to a teacher.
Really?
There it is.
You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, fuck yourself.
That was one of the coolest gestures. Like kids did it all the time. Now you do it to a kid
Definitely.
today. They're like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah, what
You
is
know,
that?
suck
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't work.
then you get a file. You become a what do they call? You get a sex offender.
Pedophile.
No, it was DX from the '90s. You know,
Yeah,
and they're like,
that's how it is.
"No, mom." You're like, then you're in trouble with the law. It's like, no, it's WWF or
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh, yeah.
sorry, we got off.
Wait, that was worth it. It was worth
That was
taking the
definitely
walk.
worth it.
Way
You had
worth
to
it.
take
We
the
took a
walk.
detour to a Degeneration X for a second.
Yeah.
But yeah, back to Mortal Kombat. It's gonna be another movie
Yeah.
for the new ones, and the games are great. The '95 version is great. Now, Mortal Kombat Annihilation, the second one was like 90,
boy.
2000, 99. I don't even know when it's good. Horrible.
Okay.
Let's talk about those animalities.
Yeah. Okay. So.
I didn't remember. I only watched like 15 minutes. I couldn't take it.
No, it was terrible. It got
it's
progressively
downright
worse.
just
Except.
it got worse than that.
Except. Cyrax was dope.
Oh, they had Cyrax in it?
Cyrax was.
Cyrax was dope.
Sector was he in it?
Sector was in there.
You kind of have the red guys look. Too.
I kind of do, don't I?
Yeah,
I
is that
thought
Sector or Cyrax?
Sector.
Sector, yeah.
Yeah. He was in it. I think those were the only real things I liked about that movie.
Yeah.
I liked Jax up until he took off the plastic arms, the rubber arms.
Yeah, he like ripped off. It was like a cover.
I have the movie. I've only watched 15 minutes because it was so bad. I stopped. So I need to watch it now.
What bothered me with Jax is they wanted the crowd to believe that if you believe in yourself, you could rip off mechanical arms and beat a centaur with your bare hands.
Which
wait, this is in that movie?
That was in that movie.
I'm watching it now just for the sheer like.
Oh no!
It had a Sesame Street moment in there.
Grab some alcohol, get high if you do that, and watch the movie.
Don't eat beforehand. It will come back up by the time you're done.
It's like
you gotta sit through it at least once so you can like kind of really take it.
It was so hard.
If you're gonna hate it properly, you have to watch it.
I made a point. I made a point to think that what, maybe I misjudged it. I'm gonna watch it again, and then I watch it again. I still couldn't get past the 15-20 minute mark. I'm like, this is so bad. Like it's not just bad. It's like bad. Like I'm like.
The issue is we're adults now, and we understand movie magic, so we can actually see how bad it is underneath how bad it is.
They could have done so much better. Even what they did with Raiden. I was so pissed off.
Oh god, I don't even know, but I can imagine how bad it was. Okay, I'm gonna watch it now just like Batman and Robin from the late '90s. That movie. I watch it to laugh at it.
Trash.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
other than Arnold Schwarzenegger's one-liners. Other than that,
Get around the fact that
chill,
those suits
cool.
have nipples.
I think we talked about this last episode. Last episode. We talked about Batman and that.
I should have been here for that.
That thing's gonna pop up a lot. Yeah.
I should have been here for a lot.
The best thing is Arnold Schwarzenegger's one-liners. Okay. Damn. Okay, so Mortal Kombat, we're going to close that section of the set list. We got to keep moving. We're trying to keep it at that hour and a half.
Yeah.
So, Nightmare, this is where you and me are going to thrive because we know about this.
Oh, yeah.
Worst gigs
You
or
suck.
horror stories on the road, worst gigs you play, just no pun intended, nightmares on stage. You go first.
Okay, so I'm not going to name venues. I don't want to burn bridges. I will just talk about the experience. There was a show that I played where I had a stage monitor right next to me. The monitor, you're supposed to be able to tell the sound guy what you want to hear
In the
the monitor, like especially for the drummer. And I said, I want a lot of Dave and a lot of Yakuza because those are my cues. And I got a lot of everyone. The dude cranked it up to like 50, and I was getting knocked off my throne. And in that same show, I was borrowing someone else's kit because they wouldn't let me bring mine.
Yeah.
Because they did let me bring mine, but they told me at the last second, you're not going to use your kit. You're just going to use what's up there.
Yeah.
So I had $8,000 of gear sitting in my car, like on the street, while I'm using someone else's piece of shit kit. And
wait, where was this at?
I'm not going to say it.
Oh, I think I know. Wait. I think I know, and I will talk later. But it's a known venue, huh?
It's a known venue.
Okay, I already know. Okay, go ahead.
And the cymbal stand on my right, the crash kept coming down. It kept drooping. So our helper at the time, Jason, he had to keep running on the stage and putting it back up. But instead of just staying there with me, he kept running in front of me on the stage behind Dave, and Dave kept stumbling over him. Meanwhile, the crowd, they weren't feeling it because they saw the technical difficulties we were having, and you could just see
the
people,
okay,
Yeah,
they're not professional because there's something going on.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, like
Yeah.
it can't happen to anyone.
Yeah, and Darren popped a string, and
Oh god.
and all kinds of things.
Now, was it your first show there at this place?
No.
Okay.
No, it was like our third.
Okay,
and
gotcha.
it was just all, that's just one, that's not even the worst one. But that sticks out of my head because I remember I was so bitter. I was bitter with everyone. I was bitter with the planet.
When you have a bad show, it hurts.
Yeah.
Like that,
Yeah.
it hurts. And it actually depresses you for the whole night.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't, actually for the few days.
Yeah. Because you go through, 8 hours worth of preparation because from the minute you get out of work or whatever you're doing.
Oh, and by the way, not to mention the practices beforehand and the tuning and the buying the equipment and the putting new drum heads on and new sticks. Like this everything from weeks on before and the advertising and the promotion and all of a sudden that happens. It will, guys, let me tell you, if you play in a band and you put so much work into something and you have this thing, you're like, this is gonna be a great show, and it all blows up in your face. Super depressing, and you know that feeling.
And you get 20 minutes to sort it out.
Yeah.
Like, you get 20 minutes to experience it, acknowledge it, and then adjust to it, and still somehow put out this great experience, which is no longer happening.
It sounds like
Now-
you're
now-
explaining
now-
a fist fight.
So overall, was it just a bad show? Did the crowd be like, because of it, or did it become actually a good show?
We recovered because
Good.
our last two songs saved us. Wonka is one of the songs where we just go ape shit,
Cool.
and then we set it up with, I want to say, I don't remember what we set up with, but everyone handled their shit. The band kept it OG, and we just went hard. Like, okay, whatever voice you have left, whatever strings you got left, like whatever sticks you have left, just go hard and just walk off. And we did. We actually salvaged the show with the closer, but I mean, I didn't even want to talk to anybody for like the next 3 days.
Oh no, I don't blame you, dude. I've literally went to bed like not that you're gonna cry, but you have that feeling of depression. You were like, I probably could cry right now. I'm so depressed. No, I'm not even kidding. And it hurts. And you go to bed feeling like
You failed.
worthless, failure. Yeah, I'm not even kidding, dude. Because you're like, wow. Even if a lot of people like you, you have that bad show. You're like, that's what we are. We're no. It messes with your head so bad.
I'm not a musician, but I do draw, and I know one thing when it comes to art is you're always your own worst critic.
Yes. Oh yeah.
100%.
But when the crowd reacts negatively as well, because there'll be a lot of times where you put a good show on and you're like, oh, you're great, but you didn't like it. That's bad, but it's even worse when you're like, oh my god, and they didn't like it. You're like, now it's really bad.
Can I tell you one more situation?
Yeah.
So there's this big, it was on Halloween, and there was this big local festival that was at a venue that is usually, I'll give you a hint on the venue. You guys remember the show Buckets with Zach Galifianakis? Yeah. The place where his business was held was where this festival was supposed to be at.
I don't know, but
So.
It's in Barcelona.
okay.
So.
Okay, wait, I will. Yeah.
So just a little. Well, there was maybe it's not the whole business, but it was an episode. I'll explain it better later. But anyway, this festival was supposed to feature POD. They were supposed to be there, and
I remember a little bit about this. Go ahead. Yeah.
had a plethora of local bands.
Yep.
Like had a ton,
I remember this.
and
Should be an amazing night.
all these bands were supposed to play. We were all on the big electric marquee, and we the promoter screwed up so much information, screwed up all the ticket sales. People weren't coming because it was Halloween. People going to Halloween parties.
Yeah.
They started knocking off bands from the event, meaning we were all there, and they didn't let them play.
Was Trapped on the show too?
Yes.
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. Go ahead.
So, no, they were not. They were
Okay.
not on that. They were not on
okay,
that.
okay.
So I even have pictures from it. But like, they just kept sending bands home. They stayed all day. They had their lanyards. They had friends coming, but very few people came. The bands were getting irritated, and tons of money was doled out to the headliner that stayed. So they were going to stay as long as they hit the stage. They get paid. Everyone else, we waited until like we were supposed to go on right before POD, and at the last second, you guys aren't playing either.
No way.
We had set our stuff side stage. We were waiting to go on. We were waiting, and they're like, "Yeah, sorry, we're just gonna shut this whole thing down." So we had already unloaded. We set everything up. We're ready to go. We did our stretches. We did our little band prayer thing, and then we was like, "Okay, well, I guess we're gonna load this back into our cars and go home." Like,
oh my gosh, dude! Not only is it messed up that you did all the work to get to the show and then it's canceled, but the excitement you had leading up to that has just been crushed in a moment. That's depressing too. Yeah. But you have been through it all. Just like you know how you gotta rise up. But you move on. Even dude, that's depressing. By the way, it's very
super
depressing.
depressing.
And I'm just saying, like, but if your heart and passion's in it, you suck it up. You're down for a while, but then you go, you know what? just get back out there and do it. And you guys have been, so.
It's just.
But you have, dude. I get it, man. I've been there. We know the bad shows, guys. Let me tell you, when you put your soul and your band into, you put your soul and your energy into something you want to do for a career, and you have these moments, it is devastating. It is for a moment, but then you go, well, now the crying's over. Let's get back to work, and then that's how it is, man.
Yep. Gotta back up and get ready for the next one.
Yeah, I remember a little bit about that. Some post. I saw some stuff. Yeah, that sucked, dude.
Yeah.
Worst gigs. I have a lot. We have a lot of good ones. We have a lot of bad ones. But I will say, I'll just give one of them because this worst gig segment of the set list, I'm going to be bringing up to more bands, so I could be able to tell all of them eventually. But I'll start with one. Basically, we went on tour to in Iowa. When we started 22 Salute, we had a gig in going up to Minnesota, and we had it was a 2-stop. Weekend Warrior tour, right?
Yeah.
So we had a show in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and on a Friday, and on a Saturday we booked a show at St. Cloud, Minnesota, which is even more north. By the way, this is January.
Whoa. Oh, God.
So more. By the way, there's all kinds of cold and snow in Iowa, right? Well, we're talking 3 hours north of there, and then 5 hours north of there in St. Cloud. St. Cloud's almost by Canada.
Yeah.
So we go on this little weekend tour, and by the way, this is when we're starting out. No one knows where we are. We just suppose there's other bands on the show, so there'd be big crowds. The first place we stopped at actually wasn't too bad. It was in the basement of this bar, and it actually used to be a what's it called? See, I'm not into that. With the whips and chains. The
BDSM dungeon?
Yeah, it was a BDSM. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no.
Good call, Paul.
No, Paul. How did you know? Red Light District Boy.
Couch contributor.
/ Red Light District Boy.
I knew the answer. Let's not ask any more questions.
But I always talk to people that are like, oh yeah, they do the BDSM or whatever you call it. They do that here all the time. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And it was weird because it was a dungeon. It was brick walls. It was in the basement. It was very peculiar. It was just different. Wow. And then I'm like, oh, this makes sense now. They're probably not there anymore. It's called Club Underground. So if anyone from Minnesota sees this, it's called Club Underground. Whatever. They're probably not. I don't even know they're in business. But it was.
Right, just gave them the biggest shout out they've ever.
Someone's
had.
watching. They're like, oh yeah, I just had a ball in my mouth there the other night.
This is about to be booming.
Sorry. So actually, there was like 15 people in the crowd, which isn't good, but it was something. And it was actually we performed well. But it was the heater broke in our van on the way there, and then it was miserable. So then it was cold, miserable. We barely stayed at a hotel. This is like when we had a TomTom GPS thing. We didn't have phones, like smartphones. And then we drove the next day to St. Cloud, Minnesota. Now, by the way, it is January. I'm talking on the side of the freeways, mounds of hills of snow. It's windy. It's like negative degrees out. It's cold the whole trip. No heater in the van, so we're traveling there. And this is like a little mini Aerostar Ford van from the 80s, so this is, ugh. So then we get to St. Cloud. We play for a couple, a man and a woman. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, our next show. And it was so depressing. I'm like,
Brutal.
we spent all this gas money in the freezing cold. And by the way, we were so sweaty from that show, though, because we still put on a show. Like, we still rocked it. The lights were still hot, so we were all sweaty. And then we packed up, left. We were still, like, sweaty and cold. Our socks were all wet. And we froze to death on the way home because the wind was hitting the car. Yeah. Dude, it was so miserable. We didn't get any sleep. Oh, yeah, and then we got an hour outside of the show, and I forgot my keys.
Oh,
so
no.
My brother was driving with his keys. And then we drove an hour back. And then so we got home. Mark had to work the next morning. We got home, like, at 6 a.m., and that's just one story. Actually, I don't even know if that's the worst, but that's just something a story I had to tell. It was a 2-day tour, weekend warrior tour, and it was like we played in front of like 17 people total, and it was like miserable, cold, different, and the second night was really depressing because we started playing and there was like one band other, and they didn't bring anyone, and then we came and there was a couple there. 2 people. We played for 2 people in the crowd.
That's literally the Facebook post that got 1 like.
Yeah.
Dude, you know what, though? I knew, though, our heart was in the right place because we still put on a show where we were sweating our asses off in front of 2 people. So if anyone can learn something from that, you still work your ass off. It's all about, anyway. So
you gotta have these experiences, man.
I know,
you gotta have the highs and lows. You gotta feel.
You appreciate the highs that much more.
Yeah, I was about to say the lows make the highs that much better.
Yeah, man.
But
that's rough.
Yeah, that was a nightmare. No pun intended.
Hey, that's why I'm here, man.
What's that? Oh, that's a nightmare. because that's his name. But that was a nightmare as well in the other end of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. So bad shows happen, man, and they do depress you. They do.
They knock
But
you
you
on your
gotta.
ass.
But you gotta just. I always know that once that happens, I go, I just need a day to recoup or two, and then all of a sudden I'm like, my mind goes to the next thing, and you suck it up.
Yeah, and then you have to tell yourself like, okay, this next experience ain't gonna be like that.
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And
You
usually
have
it's
to-
not.
so It's usually not.
Yeah.
Usually it sets you up
Yeah.
for your next greatest performance.
Yeah, it does. I will be honest though. I don't think I've ever had a back-to-back horrible shows.
Yeah.
That would be. I don't know how to take that, but
I
I mean,
haven't had that either.
you get over it. But it usually happens. You have a bad show, the next one for some reason just kills it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know if because you prep that much more or what it is.
Yeah.
But what sound effect were we going for, Ryan?
Oh no.
No.
Right.
No.
Oh, nightmare! Oh, we need a nightmare. Yeah, what kind of? Well, I'll find one before the end.
Something
Before the end.
growling, yeah.
Okay, so worst gigs.
You suck.
We've had some, and
We've had some.
a lot of musicians can attest to it. And
Yeah.
that's gonna be a new segment. Oh, yeah, that's gonna be a new segment. I think I want to do for bands and musicians that come in. We'll talk about worst gigs. I have a million stories, I'm sure, and eventually I might run out, but not for a while. But by the way, I want to say as far as segments goes for anyone watching. We are not doing the brewery rate, and that's okay. And just this episode, or there might be more, but but that's okay. We'll do one next episode. So that was technically the last subject on the set list today. So we are gonna wind down here in a second. Yeah. But before that, I do want to say something really cool about your guys' band, about a music video. I want everybody to go on YouTube and look up Built. Okay, this is funny, dude. Okay, they did a music video in an IHOP.
Took us in the house and served us pancakes.
And people were there eating at their tables, not knowing what was going on, huh?
Real
Dude,
patrons.
people literally just going in a day for some IHOP, and guess who's in there?
Hey.
Dirty Machine literally is filming a music video. Dave is walking down the aisles, singing, rapping. There's people sitting like it's all real, dude. They're not actors. They're all there.
What you're
those are
telling me is there's
Yeah.
a group of people that lived my personal dream because
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
love to be in a Denny's and just have a live band to
Dude.
start going.
But here's the
Telling you,
thing, though.
man.
When I got back to the passion about you guys, no band would go to that extreme. That's extreme. To me, that's
Yeah.
extreme.
Yeah.
So you guys knew a guy there that said, "Hey, come on in, and you can film it," because
So-
otherwise you would have been kicked out immediately. Maybe
Well,
I don't know.
So this is an IHOP that Dave and I have IHOP meetings. We'll go to a nearby IHOP closest to wherever
I like
we're
IHOP.
working or we're at, and we'll sit down and we'll process. Yeah. So, but this one we always met at. This one it was always between where we lived. So we got to know the servers, we got to know the managers, we got to know when shift changes were, and there'd be times where we'd be there for 5 hours just processing stuff. We'd have laptops out and we'd write songs and shit. We'd be doing all kinds of stuff. So one night, I'm there sitting with Dave, and he's like, "I want to do a video here." I'm like, "We're not doing a video."
Yeah,
here.
dude, you can't do a video.
Like,
at IHOP.
you're out of your mind.
By the way, I switched the lights to IHOP color.
I like that.
Oh, yeah, I did that on purpose. I don't know if anyone noticed that.
I did. Yeah, I'm thinking of the menus right
I
now.
had to do
I
it.
saw
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like,
Now you're in
huh.
IHOP. Let's go. So you're like,
2 by 2
Dave,
by 2, please.
you're like, Dave, we ain't doing
Scrambled
IHOP.
eggs.
We're not doing IHOP.
So, but yeah, Dave's like, "I want to do a video here." I'm like, "We're not gonna do that. We will get so screwed." And he's like, "We gotta try." I'm like, "No,
You can't do a video in IHOP.
no, we can't do a video." Now.
It's IHOP first off, and second off, you can't do it.
We'll get. They have security guards here. There's Rampart Division, LAPD, right there.
you can't.
We're gonna get booted. I'm gonna get arrested.
And guess what? You guys did.
And a few weeks later, I'm loading my gear into the parking lot. And Ron could not be more thrilled. To do
Ron's
it.
like, this is adrenaline. I can't believe we're doing this.
He's army ready to go. So we had this idea okay, we got to address everybody that's in there because they don't know what's gonna hit them. So
Oh, you actually told people?
oh yeah, me, Dave, and Ron, we went in there and I said, "Hey everybody, we want to have your permission." Yeah. We're tonight's
Were
entertainment.
you wearing the mask when you explained this to them?
No, because I saw there were children in there. So we walked in there and I said, "Look, with your permission, we're gonna try and shoot a video. We'll be in here no more than 6 minutes. We're gonna be in here, NASCAR style pit crew. We're gonna bring in stuff in here. One song, one shot, one take. We're out."
Was everybody kind of like,
like there were people. There was like a group of like 8 people that were like, "Well, we kind of just wanted to eat with no metal involved."
Oh,
Like,
what happened?
And like, well, like there's people that just started saying, "I'm cool with it," and it just kind of went around the restaurant. Like people were like, "Okay, yeah," and we're like, "Yeah, cool." If there's anyone that does not want their faces to be in this, you want it to be blurred out, please write your name on this piece of paper. We'll make sure that you guys are not, like promoted or anything like
Dude,
that. We will
it's
do
like
the
a
whole nine.
dude. That's so insane.
And nobody signed the paper. They were like, "No, we're down." So we're like, "Shit, all right, let's go." And so
that is the most wild music video. Like, dude, you guys watch that? It's like no band would ever do that in a restaurant. You guys did though.
We did it.
It's so cool.
I'm gonna say
Anybody
right
watching, go to YouTube right now. Oh, well, watch the rest of this episode. Do not turn the channel.
No, don't do
watch
it.
the rest of this episode. But then after this, they have a lot of great music videos. But
thank you.
maybe later on, go to the IHOP one. It's called Built.
Yep.
And it shows Dave getting ready, and he walks in, dude. You guys set the drums up.
Yep.
The DJ's in there,
He's in
like
there.
Jacuzzi, like it's insane. Like, by the way, because of how loud drums are, you gotta
peel back.
you
man.
gotta hold back a little bit.
I gotta sell it, but not do it.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And there's an infant. There's like a 2-year-old, like with the family.
By the way,
next to
by the way,
me.
I was watching the cymbals. I'm like, yeah, there's no way he can crash this.
No.
So yeah,
I'm like,
dude. But dude, I'm not gonna lie, dude. That's the most ballsy, cool. Dude, to me, that's like, I think that's one of the coolest videos ever because
Thank
I'm
you.
like, you guys just. But props to Dave for pushing that.
I'm gonna chime in
Bye.
right now and saying that IHOP probably missed out on the best advertisement ever.
Oh,
It's
dude,
metal eggs and
absolutely.
breakfast.
Oh.
I'll be there every day.
Dude, those people. Wait, what time was this?
this is at 2 in the morning.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
2 a.m.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people in there for 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So some of them were drunk, probably.
No. Like
I would have been.
this was a shift change, number one, and this is in like L.A., like Koreatown, L.A. So it's like
So people are there
they're
all the
always
time.
there.
Oh, okay,
There's
okay,
never
okay.
a low point for that restaurant. So there's gonna be people there, but the people that are less likely to be the Karens, they're like, "Yeah, fuck it, go ahead."
Because they're there at 2 a.m. Obviously, they're not going to be like you're too much of a stiff.
You shouldn't be
You have
As
to-
stiff. Yeah.
Nothing at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing good is happening at that point,
Yep.
so
You
you can't
should-
be against it.
You shouldn't be eating an omelet
Dude.
and 3 pancakes at 2 in the morning.
And be mad that there's a rock band
Yeah.
showing up
In
playing
LA.
and you're
In
yeah,
LA.
yeah. It's like, okay, if you're, by the way,
hustle and
anyone
bustle.
watching from other states, back home in Iowa, if you're in LA at 2 a.m., do not expect not to see the unexpected. That's what I'm
Thank
saying.
you.
You know
From
what I mean?
naked bums walking in and sitting on the booth
Yeah.
to a band shooting a video.
And by the way, you guys were the least. It could have been way worse. It could have been
We-
a naked bum showing up and
we-
yeah.
I'm fairly sure happens
Hey,
often.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, they got a good experience.
This is
Dude,
great.
And by the way, I wonder how many of them found the video and go, there we are.
Yeah, no, they probably did. In the video, there's a picture of people were respectfully waiting. The people that were trying to go in, they saw we were doing it, and they waited, and like you could see a guy just like through the window when the camera panned. It was the dopest thing. Like I don't think people, and the thing that we run into is people think that we set that up. They think that we hired people to go in there. They think that we paid people off. They think that we set up the whole thing because it's unbelievable to actually go to a real IHOP and do that. And
No,
we have
you're
to
like,
tell
hey,
people,
yeah,
no, we
yeah.
actually guerrilla style did that.
That
Like,
was sick.
And so thank you.
By the way, guys, anyway, watch the IHOP video. It's really cool. When I saw, I'm like, there's no way they're doing this. They're doing it. Oh my god.
We did the same thing at the Ronald McDonald House, by the way.
Oh, you guys, yeah. Okay, there's a Ronald McDonald House too. Once, you guys are insane.
First band to do that too.
You got okay. So now you guys know the level that Dirty Machine operates on. So they did a Ronald McDonald House one too.
Yeah.
You guys are crazy in the best way. That's.
Thank
Anyways,
you.
I'm gonna watch that video soon. That's wild. These
Thank
people are sitting
you.
there like, this is happening.
This is
Here's my
real.
pancakes. Okay.
And and my final thing that I'll leave you, the viewers, with, Champ Stamp. That's all I'm going to tell you.
What's
Champ
that?
Stamp. Do you know about Champ Stamp?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
David.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell him. Just tell him.
All right. So, Pat Mahomes, his rookie season,
Chiefs quarterback.
Chiefs quarterback, had an amazing rookie year. And Dave made a bet with his homies.
Lead singer Dave. Yep.
Lead singer Dave Leach made a bet with friends saying that whenever he wins the Super Bowl, I'm going to get a tattoo of him on my
First year,
back.
or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
Right away.
So it happened. And he went back to Casey and got it done.
Yeah.
Did it in one sitting, 16 hours, I think. A whole like tattoo on his back. Now, don't get me wrong. There's other people that did tattoos on Mahomes and all that stuff. But he called it
on a bed.
Oh yeah, right above the booty.
Yeah.
And
champ stamp.
Called it the champ stamp. I've never heard of anything like
Dude,
that.
and he was on a what late night show was
Jimmy Kimmel.
He was on Jimmy Kimmel.
We were both
Their
there.
lead singer, Dave Leach, was on Jimmy Kimmel with the tattoo, and he showed it.
So here's the deal. We were both there, and this is how we broke the rules. Again, Dave and I, we went to the studio, the El Capitan, and we literally just showed the security guards. We were like, hey, see that? And they're like, what the hell is that? And we're like, yeah. So if you can, and that was when Mahomes was there
On the show.
On the show. So we were
How
out
do you
there.
pull that off?
So we were there just showing every security guard. We showed every.
That was your
on.
laminate to get in. They let you in because of that?
They brought us both in, and they put us in the front row, and they literally brought they talked like Jimmy Kimmel talked to Dave, and
what he
Pat Mahomes was sitting right over there with his girlfriend looking at us, and as a cool little tidbit, Pat Mahomes added Dirty Machine to his playlist, like his pregame playlist.
Really?
So it's pretty
We
cool.
have to go red for Chiefs right now.
Yeah. See. So I'm telling you, Dirty Davo, Dave Leach, this man, I'm telling you, is the criminal mastermind that has proven all the people wrong.
Yeah.
To, like the kind of tenacity, integrity, and character that he is.
Yeah.
And broken so many different levels of rules that.
Yeah, I will say one thing about Dave. I've noticed that guy is driven, and he will do things that people would never dream or dare to do. When he was a kid, he played on the freaking they were
billboard.
jamming on a billboard over a freeway. Like, okay, the singer for Dirty Machine, this guy goes to extremes, and the best way, like, because he has that drive. He's like, I'm gonna do something no one's else ever done.
Yeah.
And that's what you cannot not respect about Dave.
And
IHOP's another, like we talked about. He does these things that are like, how do you get? Dude, that guy has like insane drive, and I love it.
And I have a lot of drive, and I like to.
No,
think,
I mean, we all,
but I like to think that when he tells me these ideas, he tells me.
You don't doubt him anymore.
First.
You don't doubt him anymore.
Well, this is the dilemma. My internal dilemma is that I like to consider myself a voice of reason. I like to think that, like, fool, your mama would never see you do something. Like, you would get your ass whooped.
You're like, I'm not saying I'm not an optimist, but I'm more of a realist.
Right. Yeah. But then I'm like, but mama ain't here, and he's right here. He could be onto something.
And usually, he does.
And all it takes is just one yes. It's like, all right, Dave, we'll do that. Oh my God, we did, and we did it. We did. You ever heard of the drop it like it's hot challenge we did at AMC? Did the same shit. We did a drop it like it's hot challenge where Dave, we literally went to an AMC theater. We walked in and we told the patrons, we're going to shoot a video here, and he's going to lip sync one of our songs, and we challenged everyone on Instagram to just do your own lip sync to a rap song you like and drop it like it's hot and send the video and we'll put it up on our Instagram, and we did it at an AMC.
Jeez.
So that's all from Dave. That's Dave's brainchild.
Hey, dude, I saw a video of Dave jumping up on stage, Limp Bizkit saying that guy gets himself in the right position to do the craziest stuff. And dude, you guys are that's what I'm saying about your band, dude. You guys. I don't know what I'm gonna see next. I don't know.
Neither do I.
Dave sounds like the ultimate challenge accepted person.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't. There's very little things that scare him.
You don't know what he's gonna do next. The guy, like, I haven't had the biggest conversation with the guy, but the more I've gotten to know him, I'm like, Dave's a cool guy. He just doesn't think like the rest of us.
He's a solid. He's a solid dude. He
No,
knows there's a point to everything. Like method to your madness. There's a reason.
Yeah, and I'm getting to learn him
So
better. At
he's
first,
Captain
I
Jack
didn't
Sparrow.
understand him a little bit. I didn't understand the guy because I thought, it's like, oh, he's just thinking like crazy. Like that guy's going all the time, man.
When
That guy's going all the time.
when people look through the keyhole, they just see a little bit of something. But he sees so much more. The universe is all like. Blah, blah, blah,
Dude, I'm
blah.
learning more about that guy all the time, dude.
It's fun to be in it, man. It's fun to be in it. Like I'm standing.
I wish he was here tonight, actually. Today.
Oh, I
this
wish
morning.
he was here right now.
No,
I know.
You gotta imagine. You gotta imagine what it feels like when you're wearing this mask. You're standing on the street and you're about to carry your drums into an IHOP, and you got people like.
Just another day in Dirty Machine.
This is what I do, man. I can't really explain it. And even if I could, you wouldn't get it. You just gotta be in it. And
Think
I'm
of it like a universal infinite domino rally. Just never stops falling. You
it
just
never stops,
is it going to
man.
turn?
I love it.
So we're ready for the next thing.
Dude, you know what? I'm not going to lie. I'm excited for the next thing because I know it's going to be wild. I'll put it that way. It's going to be wild. So we're going to pay attention to that. And by the way, we're going to start to do our closure and plugins. I just want to say real quick, Nightmare, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you, man.
Dude, seriously, man, thank you. And I'm excited for your guys' future, what you're going to do. We'll get you back on the show if you're down.
Hey, man, are you kidding me? I want to be amazing.
Tell the boys at home, say, actually, it was really fun. Let's get out. We'll get everyone here. Well, actually, we'll make a party. Get the whole band here.
Let's go.
We can only have 2 here, but we can have them around.
Everyone's going to be on the couch, remember?
Oh, yeah, everyone's going to be on the couch. Ryan said
I
that.
will sit on the floor if
Everybody-
I want to be present.
No, it's a battle, man. It's like
Yeah.
who's gonna make it to the table? Who's gonna make it to the couch?
We're going to have it's like a war, like a gang war. Like we got couch people, we got the
You got couch crew,
team couch, team table.
team table.
People start posting that stuff like, what are you talking about? Team couch, team
Table
table.
tyrants.
Table tyrants, couch contributors, table tyrants.
Dude.
We can get it going, dude. But I would like to see Dakuza. I'd like to see Kevin. I'd like to see David on here. And your bassist is Mark. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I haven't met him.
Yeah, he's a homie.
Yeah, and Mark, like, get all the guys here. We'll have a whole Dirty Machine episode. We'll talk WWE and all kinds of stuff.
Man, it's gonna
But anyways,
never end.
so guys, everyone, thank you for watching. We're not done yet. I'm gonna do some plugins real quick, everybody. Paul, thank you for being couch contributor today, man. I hope you enjoyed it.
Hell yeah,
Oh,
Paul.
definitely.
What's that? Oh, guys, by the last 3 episodes, everyone's like, "What kind of host is this guy?" Oh, by the way, I didn't even say at the beginning. I'm Mike
I
Sherm.
knew BDSM, okay?
Who
I
are
didn't-
you, bro?
Yeah, yeah.
Is this a guy with headphones?
People haven't. I think I forgot. Did I forget the
Episode 3, people should
episode 3?
We
I'm
did not
Mike
introduce
Schoen,
you. Yeah.
singer 22 Salute. That's funny because I've been trying to remember my process of how I do the intros, and I'm like forgetting shit.
Well, while he's pulling
Work
up
in
his hell.
progress.
Hey, the 22 Salute, man. They're
Oh,
dope
dude,
as hell,
dude.
man.
Thank
Nothing
you,
but
man.
love. They're hella fine performers, man.
Dude, I appreciate that, man. Hey, and you know what? Both of our bands are just moving forward, and we're gonna do some big shit.
Shit. Let's
know
go.
that.
Let's go.
So again, I had to have this ready. Paul, thanks again. Couch contributor, yeah. Now, or I could give you this. Nah,
You know what? Just play me the Mortal Kombat track, okay?
I need to have these on cue right away. I have to go through everything on my phone, but yeah. And then Nightmare, thanks, man, dude. He traveled out from LA, dude.
Thank you,
Traffic and all kinds of stuff. It was
Hell yeah.
wild. Thank you,
There you go.
Jay Alyssa. Thanks for stopping in. What's that?
Did we get the nightmare sound effect yet?
I don't know. Yeah, I can find one.
Nightmare sound effect.
I'll find one real quick. Nightmare, give me a plug-in. What do you want to tell the listeners right now before we're done? Any things coming up, or what would you like to say to the watchers, not me or anyone?
Wow. Damn, put on the spot. Yo, so yeah, man, Dirty Machine, check us out. We got check out the Dirty Ones. That's one of our top trending tracks on Spotify, and that also features Franzilla from the band Attila. So,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Got
so-
Franzil in there.
and yeah, just be on the lookout because, like Mike said, man, we always got something crazy.
Something
thing
crazy
brewing.
coming up. So
Something crazy.
watch Dirty Machine, guys. Stay on track. Keep your eye on Dirty Machine coming up.
Yeah.
Well, they've always been coming up, but
Yeah.
yeah. And I think I got the Nightmare thing.
There we
No,
go.
that's not it.
We're on the right track.
No.
We're on the right track.
I'm trying
It needs a little bit more energy.
guys.
We're on the right track, though.
I know. We're getting there.
We'll have
Okay.
one.
Got it.
A lot better.
I should have started with that one. Okay, Paul. Any was that all for you? Nightmare.
That's it.
Okay,
That's it.
Nightmare,
Red
everybody.
Wings.
The man. Go Red Wings. Hey, Paul. Any plugins you want to say to anyone before we head out?
I mean, all in all, 22 Salute, Dirty Machines. Look them up. Listen to them. I'm going to listen to them. I'm already a fan. You should be one, too.
Yeah,
Hey.
dude. Paul's already a fan just from hearing these crazy stories, huh?
Yeah.
Paul, you gonna watch iHat video?
I like the insanity.
Oh yeah, dude. So
Dude.
sorry, I gotta try the effects out. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching episode 3 of the Rock Oath. We're still developing our format. We're getting better at what we do. We got more shows coming up. We got more episodes, more bands, everything coming up. Again, I'm Mike Schoen from the band 22 Salute. If you guys, by the way, we're in Southern California. Anyone watching, you want to hang out with us, you're going to run into some of the same people that we get on the show and talk to. You can mingle with us. It's Paul over here on couch. You probably run into him too, hanging out with me some way or somehow. By the way, Paul, what are you doing tonight? I'm going out to the bars. You want to go?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
It's just, I'm already here.
Yeah. Anyone else want to go out to the bars with me here? You can. So, anyways, thank you guys. The Rock Oath. I'm trying to think. Was there anything else I want to say? Yeah, we didn't do the beer rate, and then that will come next week. So don't worry, guys. I know everyone's like, I only watched this show for the.
I feel like I'm responsible for that.
No, no. Actually, you're not. You're not.
Okay.
Can I tell people, or no?
Yeah,
It's gonna make me look bad. No.
No, you don't have to.
Well, I'll give you the false reason. It's close, but it's not the right. I missed the deadline because all the breweries close at 9, and I didn't buy it in time. But that's not a reason.
If you
That's
would
not
have
a reason.
told me that was a thing, I could have stopped and grabbed a couple of things, either from a brewery or.
Let's put it this way.
in general.
I'm not gonna say the reason, but I wasn't able to get the beer. So, that's all I'm gonna say. Okay. But I will say this: it's not because of you. So don't worry. And I want to say, yeah, guys, thank you for watching. More shows to come. Keep coming back to the Rock Oath. We're gonna build this thing up. I'm so thankful again, Nightmare, for coming, man.
Thank you, man.
Seriously, dude.
Thank you, man.
And I hope the band comes. The whole band
I'll
comes.
get them out here.
Get them out here.
No,
And we had a cameo by Jay. Papa. Oh. Whoopsie. You gotta do that Mortal Kombat. Toasty. Yeah, not whoopsie. It's toasty. Okay. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching Rock Oath. Episode 3. Stay tuned. We're going to keep growing this thing. We got good times, good company, good people, good bands,
right,
good
baby.
times, drinking some beers, hanging out. Everything's good. Oh, real quick, thanks to my crew this morning.
Hell yeah.
We got Ryan Garcia. We got Dominic. Dominic, what's your last name?
None of your business.
Dude, Dominic, none of your business. That's a cool last name.
That's sick.
So I want to give you a shout out. That's all. So, okay, yeah. So we got Dominic, and yeah, guys, we'll see you next episode. And you all take care. You're watching The Rock Oath. Let's go.
Yeah.